hello, and welcome to another One Piece chapter review and discussion. How's everybody doing this wonderful Friday day?
I was going to say Thursday.
I almost said Thursday, too.
I was going to say Thursday.
Insane chapter to talk about this week. The Wings of Icarus. A lot of lore piece this chapter. A lot of really cool reveals and a freaking break week next week.
It hasn't really felt like we've gotten a break.
Like we've had a break? Yeah, man, I just think I was so confused this past week about the chapter. Like, is it coming out? Is it not coming out? What's going on? And then it came out, and then we got the break week at the end of this chapter. I was like, God, I don't know if it's early enough in the stream to curse, but
7 minutes in.
Oh, okay.
What is it?
No, that's how long we've had OBS open.
Oh, so it's only been like a minute.
Yeah.
I don't know the timing of YouTube.
But I really want to unpack everything that we learned this chapter. There were so many bombs dropped, one big one at the end. But before we go through the chapter and look at it together, beat by beat, we have to get to our we've only done it once or twice, but our famous segment, I'll say it, our ups and downs.
The explosion. The delayed explosion.
I know. So I have a couple ups and downs written for this chapter, and I'm excited to share them with you, Megan, because we haven't talked about it. We don't talk about these chapters until we sit down to do this. So my first up, I'll start with an up.
Okay.
My first up was I have a lot, by the way. A lot of ups.
A lot of ups.
Okay. Not a lot of downs. I really had to really think about my feelings on this chapter to kind of come up with some downs. It's because all these chapters are heat. But an up, one of the many, was Saul chilling in the forest like J. Cole. You know what I'm saying?
Oh.
During the beef, during the Kendrick and Drake beef.
You think he's no sweating?
Bro, you saw him, legs kicked up, a freaking pillow of logs, the world, Egghead, everybody is at war, shocked at the water levels rising, Vegapunk's message, the Gorosei are freaking out, the Straw Hats are escaping, and Saul's just chilling, smelling the breeze, the wind, the air, the flowers.
Okay. He's kind of like, I forget the king's name in Fishman Island.
Oh, yeah.
But that's J. Cole, too. He's like, whoa, Drake and Kendrick are still going at it? That's crazy. Anyway.
Yeah.
What is anyway, Jamon?
Yeah. In all seriousness, though, I love seeing him. And knowing that he's on Elbaf and just that
he's alive. Just knowing that he's alive makes me happy.
Well, it's that impending reunion that I am super excited about.
What if it doesn't happen?
And Robin, it's gonna happen, dude.
What if the Straw Hats don't make it off of Egghead?
They're going to make it off Egghead. Bro, it's so crazy.
Shit.
It was so crazy because I think it was Grand Line who mentioned something about finding the release plan for One Piece Elbaf figures, and he was just saying that could mean that we're going to get there sooner than later, or maybe Oda has the designs locked and loaded and he just sent them off to all the companies to kind of get started on all the sculpts so that they could be out around the same time. But I was like, damn, he really freaking sleuthed to find that shit. That's crazy. But yeah, that's going to happen. The reunion. A down for me.
Okay.
Is that, and I don't even know if it's a down necessarily, but it was very funny. Saturn ain't no scientist. All right. And there have been so many things that he has done throughout this arc to prove that he doesn't know anything about anything. A scientist wouldn't have gone in the way Saturn went in once discovering the mother flame and just beat the shit out of all the machinery with a walking stick. This man would have known things that he could have turned off, dials he could have turned down, things that he could. But their whole thing is like, don't destroy the mother flame.
Well, you have to think about it. He's a scientist from another time. So you think about the title scientist, and we think about our history and how much we've excelled in every field. But scientists, they weren't always making the right calls.
But they were more advanced in the past. So this man should
That's
know.
not true.
They came from an advanced civilization. Yes.
Oh, the Gorsai.
yeah,
well,
not us.
No, I was like,
or maybe us too.
No, that's not true. I guess so. I think he's blinded by rage. Obviously.
Yeah, he's blinded by rage.
He doesn't really care.
He looks like an old man trying to get into his iPhone or something. You know what I'm saying? Just like
it's frustrated. I clicked the button and now it's telling me I have to wait 15 minutes.
And it's like, bro,
Grandpa, you have to put the right password in.
Yeah.
If you do it wrong too many times, you're locked out. Yeah. He's like, what's the point of spending hundreds of dollars if I get locked out of my own shit? Okay.
Those are two ups and downs for me. I have more, but I want to hear some of yours. I want to go back and forth.
One of my highs was Otis cracked once again. It's not a coincidence that we're seeing the mother flame nearing Mother's Day. So I just want to say Happy Mother's Day to the mother flame. We love you.
The mother
we
flame
appreciate
in your life.
You. And yeah.
Wish your mother flame a happy Mother's Day.
Mother's Day.
And may that day be good.
Yes.
Yeah.
That was cracked Avoda. And the only low that I have, I guess, would be like Dofi plays too much. Like, he's just playing too much. Like, everyone's doing shit. Like, you're locked up. It's not a fucking excuse. Like, you can move in and pull down.
That, he's choosing to be there.
Oh, 100%. He's happy to be in there. He's happy to be removed.
See, I kind of saw it as, I actually have that as an up for me, because I kind of saw that as him and Magellan on there, because I saw the way they were talking to each other. Magellan looked like he was kind of warming up to Dofi a little bit. You know, they were having a little conversation with one another, and I'm just a little concerned because another name for Doflamingo is what? Joker. Is Magellan about to be Harley Quinn? Is he about to be Harley Quinned right now? Is he about to be Harley Quinned?
It's just Dofi has like a very high level of charisma. So anyone could be, semi-charmed by this man.
Yeah.
But he's playing too much. I think he's waiting for the perfect opportunity to do something.
Well, it was interesting because it's definitely clear that he is kind of baiting Magellan in this chapter and saying like, it looks like we got to go somewhere higher up. And he could be talking about, like, I really, when I read it the first time, thought he was talking about Marijois. Like, we got to go up there. Like, we got to go up. It could have been even farther than that, though, and been fucking space for all we know. Or Skypiea.
Yeah.
I skipped a level. But yeah, it was cool seeing him again, but also seeing him with Magellan. It was just kind of funny to me. I like seeing them together.
Yeah, he's busting his balls a little bit.
Yeah, he was. I mean, let me just kind of rattle off a couple of these other ups. Brooke front and center during another altercation, or the same altercation with Saturn. That was nice. The reveal that the celestial dragons don't know anything about the Void Century. This was something that was huge to me, because I didn't know. I mean, I guess I kind of assumed that they knew, but it does make sense that they have been taught this like alternate version of history where the Void Century doesn't exist, and it probably feeds into their superiority complex, because whatever they're taught and whatever they're told, I mean, it's clearly a lie, but it's why they think that they could do everything that they fucking do, anything that they want to do. I had seen Test, a member of the community, shout out Test, before the live talking about his concern with potentially trying to like redeem a lot of the celestial dragons. I think in particular, Charlos' sister that we saw. But
that hoe?
Oh, that hoe. Yes.
Well, that one?
And I don't know. I mean, obviously because of Miosgard and stuff, we know that there are celestial dragons that, you know, can kind of operate against and be different from what we consider them to be traditionally. But I don't know if like redemption is necessarily what Oda's going for. But I think it is going to potentially make them start questioning things, and it could create more chaos, especially since I believe that when the water levels actually do start rising, there's going to be one place that a lot of people might start fleeing to, and that is Marijois. It's up. And if some of the CDs are starting to piece things together and say like, oh, well, maybe our history, our world is not what we've been told it is. Maybe we should help these people. It could create sort of like infighting. And
I don't think they would help anyone get into Marijois.
No, but I'm not saying that redeems people like Charlos or even most of the celestial dragons. But I'm just saying it could make them sort of start to question things.
Or it could just be their downfall.
That too.
They're going to be overpowered by everyone trying to flee the rising sea levels.
Yeah.
So that's the perfect opportunity to wipe them all out.
Yeah.
A revolution, if you will. And if you won't,
will of the D.
And if you won't, you're gonna drown. I don't know.
I was waiting.
I know. I really didn't have anything.
Another down is obviously break week next week. That's a huge freaking down. But Oda, take all the time you need. Rest up. Do you? We love you. We support you. No matter what. No matter how much time you need or how many break weeks there are. Seeing Akainu in general for me is a down. I might get some pushback on that. You know, I just don't like him, and I don't like seeing him.
There was a meme that was like, "Oh, the Office standoff." And it was like,
Dragon?
Yeah, like the ... standoff or some shit.
That's so funny. And I think for me personally, this is my last up, and then we'll start going through everything. I have one more up, one more down, and they kind of go hand in hand. To me, the reveal of Joy Boy and Nika, like it being confirmed in this chapter that they are in fact seemingly 100% two different people confirmed, was a bigger reveal to me than Joy Boy being the first pirate. Because my down, and it's not even a down necessarily, but I like to check Twitter and see kind of how everybody's feeling about the chapter after it comes out. And a lot of people were like, Joy Boy being revealed to be the first pirate ever, like Oda's cracked, Oda's cooking, and Oda stays cooking and stays cracked. But for me personally, like that reveal, like he was the first pirate ever, like it doesn't surprise me. Like I like it. It makes sense. But not even that like I expected that. But when I heard it, I wasn't like, what the fuck? This is crazy. I was like, oh yeah, that makes sense. Like I get that.
But pirate, like define pirate. Like, is that a person who defies the government in general? Or is it a person who goes out to sea? Because it could be one more than the other. And it could lead into my famous theory called Luffy. I'm kidding. It's like
what's the name? What's the name?
About like how pirates represent freedom.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So it could be like not the first pirate, but someone who embodies being a pirate.
Right.
But it could also be first pirate. Yeah.
Yeah. I just think that for me personally, the reveal and the confirmation, I guess, it's not really a reveal because I think a lot of people like felt this way already and probably assumed this already. But to have it confirmed that they're two separate people was a bigger like, oh, that's cool. That's awesome moment to me personally. I saw someone explain it this way online. And I just think that with all the biblical themes that we've seen, like the mention of seraphim and now the flood and Noah and all these things we've been talking about, It's kind of crazy, but someone explained it online that Nika, obviously the sun god, is like God, Joy Boy is like Jesus, and Luffy is like the second coming of Jesus. It's kind of crazy, but it does also kind of work.
Or he's the Antichrist.
Oh, fuck.
You didn't even think about that.
Oh, fuck. He is going to destroy Fishman Island. Shit. Fuck. Yeah, I have a lot of other things that I want to, unpack and talk about with everybody. But before we move on, I want to know if you have any other ups or downs that you want to share.
I liked the duality of the situations at hand with like the Straw Hats like really stressing out and like fighting it like a Gorosei, and the Giants like just like laughing at Luffy like he's a cartoon on TV.
Oh yeah,
I really liked that. They were having a great time.
They were,
and the Straw Hats are having a pretty hard time, which is sad for them. But it was it was crazy.
Yeah. I was gonna say Atlas, not Atlas. Edison coming in clutch the way that he did was pretty cool for them. It gives them an opportunity to escape.
Yeah.
And that was a gangster move. I mean, we saw him kind of like leave in the last chapter.
It seemed like he was like that was his final
moment. His like the last thing he could give them.
It was like giving that like you better not it's like go you and it was like you better not get caught.
Yeah.
By the enemy. Like dead.
That
was his last hurrah.
Yeah. I love him, man. And they're dropping like flies, dude. The satellites, Vegapunk included, the Stella. And it's sad. It's really sad. I mean, there's so many other things, but like, I want to talk more about the Mother Flame, obviously, and even like the A and the Mu that we saw on the actual like casing for the Mother Flame. A lot of interesting things there that I've seen other people mention and talk about. And after like looking into one of those things a little bit more, it seems like the similarities seem too many to be just coincidence. So we'll talk about all that and more. But now it's time to get into our beat by beat discussion. But actually, before we do that, we should get into some super chats, and then we'll get into our beat by beat discussion. So let me switch this over here so we can have that all pulled up. Berto Bert, first dono of the stream. Let's go.
It's your
Thank
kitchen.
you.
We could always go somewhere high up.
We jamming.
Dofi's crazy, bro. Tongue out. I know so many people were feeling things. Yeah, when they saw that panel, he's like, we can go somewhere higher up.
I didn't notice that.
I noticed that.
I did notice that.
Yeah, you did.
I didn't.
You did.
I genuinely didn't. I need to go back to the. We'll go. Over it.
Yeah, we'll look at it.
I just didn't remember that part.
But yeah, man, I really do think that that's in reference to Marijois, but we'll see. We'll see.
You
Tiberius,
would like to think that.
It's true.
Wouldn't you?
It's true.
But it's actually the next level of Impel Down.
Yeah, he's like, we're just going up to the top. You're not getting out of here, bro. Tiberius with a super chat.
Good smell. Flavor.
So One Piece is about the will of fire. And he's being blatantly disrespectful right now, Tiberius. I'm sounding the war horn.
Why is that disrespectful?
I mean, he's spelling it One Piece, the number one PC. The Will of Fire, though, is actually kind of cracked, okay? Because going through all the references to just like flames in general, like the Mother Flame, the man marked by flame, like it's also really crazy that like Ace had the flame fruit, and now Sabo has it because of like his role in the story. Like flames have like a huge, like play a huge meaningful part in the story. And I was even thinking about it, when we were talking about the man marked by flame. Of course, we still don't know who that is, but there was a possibility that they could have been marked by flames for a number of reasons. But I was thinking, and I'm sure it's been said because everything's been said, but what if this man has been marked by the Mother Flame? a man marked by the mother flame. And that's why he's so important. And I just think that instead of it being from a devil fruit or from, a fight or any of the other reasons, it could have something to do with that. I don't know. Just a random thought.
About the mother flame?
Yeah. I mean, that's how this man was burned. These are the flames the man was burned by.
Yes.
Like Icarus. See how it ties back into this chapter? Icarus, of course, flying too close to the sun, yada, yada, yada.
That's what Vegapunk said, too.
Yes. But in all seriousness, shout out Tiberius. We love you. Quattro. Gifted one. Volume 1 podcast membership. Let's go. Quattro, my guy. Conrad. With the next super chat.
Oi. Thank you, Quattro.
I'm going to give Conrad a strong right now.
Oh, okay.
Oda really hit us with, did you know Nika was a giant and Joy Boy and Nika had rubber powers? From the fourth time this chapter, and then acted like surprised, right? You know what's so funny, Conrad, is, first of all, I love you. And second of all, upon like first read of this chapter, I felt similarly. It was the message again. Like, get ready for a big reveal. It's almost here. Get ready. And then it's still not. Well, because he dropped the bomb last week, right? That the world is flooding. Yes. And that was pretty new information, and that was pretty crazy. But then this week, he was it felt like, again, this was like during my first read, he was just kind of telling us everything that we kind of already knew. Although there is a lot of things in here that we are like getting confirmed for the first time. Yeah. And we have to remember that, yes, the story is for the reader. But this is new information to people who've never heard of this information from Vegapunk before. That's true as well. We know we know about the voice century. We know about that shit. We've been hearing about that shit. And then we have the Celestial Dragons. They're like, what the fuck is he talking about? Like, this is like... The people of the world are hearing it for the first time. It has to happen within the story in order for them to know what the fuck is happening. So that's why it's kind of like, we know that. It's like, but they don't. A lot of people don't. I think that's why that's why I felt that. Because you're absolutely 100% right. Like, the people when are they going to find out? The world needed to hear that. And this is like a crazy way for them to hear this information. But a lot of it are things that we already kind of knew or like felt like were things that were true based on like, other things that had been put together. But it was only like after I went through it again and was really like, oh, this could connect to this and these people's reaction to this that I really, the chapter like grew on me so much more. And I was like, oh, this is on another level. Yeah. But I get what you mean, Conrad. Kevin Hino Yosa. Kevin. Remember, for 16 months, let's freaking go. Gorosei kind of looking like Drake right now, hiding all these secrets from the world. And that's what I'm saying, dude. I'm sorry. That's what I'm saying, dude. We need Nardwar. We need Nardwar to discover the truth. Yeah. Bro, he already knows. Nardwar would be like, he would be from Ohara. Oh, yeah. 100%. He knows everything. Like, do not get on Nardwar's bad side. Like, you do not want to be on his bad side. Right. It's all funny it's all fun and games when he's like doot. But you hear that shit in the shadows. Yes. There's an echo to it. You don't know where it's coming from. It's coming from all directions, and it's echoing, and you're done. Yeah. You're dead. And then you're the last thing you see. Then you're You think that you're getting off scot-free, and from the shadows you hear doot. And then you're like, oh, fuck, he's coming for me. He's coming for me. He's going to ruin my career. That's why you shouldn't do anything bad. Yeah. Because he's going to get you. The Gorosei are acting very similar to Drake. And like I said earlier... very similar to Drake. Like I said earlier, Saul is acting very similar to J. Cole. That's all I'm saying. So who's Kendrick? I mean, I guess by that logic, you could say that, like, the Pirates, the Straw Hats. All of the Pirates. Not all of the Pirates, but, like, maybe the Straw Hats, everybody who's against it. You could even say that the Revs could even be maybe more like Kendrick. Wow. Okay. I don't know. Hot fart.
What can I say?
Hot
He's an
fart.
awesome guy.
Shout out Hot Fart. The whole world is now an enemy of the government now that everyone knows the phrase void century. Hope you guys are staying cool in this Cali heat. Yeah, bro, it's been hot.
It's been okay.
It's been like hot in the afternoon. Like,
Yeah, it's been a
but then
cool.
it's been cool at night.
Yeah, I like it when it's like I mean, I want it to be hotter. I like the heat. So I can go outside
Okay.
and
Profound.
so I can go outside and be in the heat. Pools, ocean, that's cool stuff. It hasn't been as hot to do that yet, but it will soon. I think it's going to be about 80, a cool 80 on Sunday, so that's nice.
Yeah, the worst is yet to come.
It always is. It's taken a long time, though. I feel like last year it was already pretty hot near this time. A lot of rain this year, which I'm not the biggest fan of.
Same. Shout out Hot Fart. Shout out Beans.
That's
Beans.
Let's go. I strongly believe that now that Joy Boy is going to be the first OP character with an eye patch that Oda has been saving for years now. I've seen this going around too, and I'm inclined to agree. I think for me, this is one of my Book of L's predictions or theories that I have. It also ties into Joy Boy, and I think for me some things like really make me feel confident about a certain detail about Joy Boy himself. I could be wrong, could be off.
Oh,
that's right,
he is one of the same people. Oh no, that would be Three Eyes. Never mind.
Oh, can you imagine?
He's a third eye.
Imagine if Oda's like
Flying purple people eater.
he's like at the end of One Piece, you're going to see someone with an eye patch. So people are automatically assuming like, oh yeah, it's just going to be a character who has one eye and then an eye patch over their other eye. But they actually have 3 eyes and it's just like an eye patch over their forehead. That would be crazy. That'd be some shit he would do though to throw us off his scent.
I mean, that has to come.
Yeah, like like knowing more about that and that race of people. Yeah. Tiberius again. Let's go.
That's more.
Luffy is the second coming of Jesus. I have never seen anyone sip the tip so hard.
Oh my god. It's too big,
Sip
too long.
The tip.
Oh my gosh.
Okay.
Did you just freaking coin that right now?
I don't have any other.
Tiberius, just because One Piece is better than JJK, dude, you don't have to get defensive.
Yikes.
You don't have to get so defensive.
Yikes.
Okay? I'm coming for you. I'm just kidding. I like it though. I'm gonna use that. Bert, get high with me, Magellan. Dofi wants like to spark up with Magellan.
Yeah. Dofi's always consistently faded. That's why he wears sunglasses.
Oh fuck yeah, dude. 100%.
Like he's always wearing sunglasses. Or you're telling me this man is not always faded as hell?
Yeah, he is. He stays faded.
Like stays faded. He's never sober. Cognitive dissonance.
Oh, shoot.
This is their
Where's this one,
5th
Megan?
super chat.
Oh, shooty, let's
on
go.
the live stream. Yeah, I was thinking the man marked by flames is a direct descendant of Nika, and the world government ran experiments on them to extract the mother flame. That's why they're marked by flames.
You know what's crazy? Cognitive dissonance. I had a similar feeling about the mother flame, right? That it was somehow extracted from
Lunarian?
Nika, or it could be like, it could be so many different things, right? Because people have been pointing back to the Enel cover page where he's kind of looking at all of those, like, not hieroglyphics, but they're just like these ancient drawings. And we do see something that looks very similar to the mother flame. And we also see like one of the muskrats like being like operated on.
He was being operated on.
Now this could be a reference to like King and how King was sort of studied and as a Lunarian, those are where the seraphim come from, and it could be kind of like pointing to that, I guess. But bro, if you look at the page, it's like a sun. It's like a sphere, a flame in the center of it. But then the outside has like rays. So it looks like a sun with the mother flame in the center. I mean, it's absolutely insane. It's insane. So I'm very inclined to believe something similar. I like this a lot. Shout out. I love you, by the way. Cognitive dissonance. I do. I was just thinking of a way to shout out your name and speak to you quicker and shortening your name. So I was gonna say CD, but that could also stand for Celestial Dragon, and
I'm glad you didn't say that, but now you did. So.
Conrad Corporal, oh boy, here we go. Said, yeah, but he told us 4 times this arc and 5 times in the story. I didn't need every character in One Piece going, did you know Luffy has Nika powers? Nerd emoji. Egghead has more flashbacks than the Naruto filler.
See, that's
holy shit.
That's just foul.
I'm using the fucking war horn more than I ever have this stream. And then Conrad goes on to say, sorry, flashbacks and recaps. I get it. Again, I like I said, when I first read it, I felt similar. I really, really did. And I don't even have anything to argue against it other than what we've already said. I understand, Conrad. I get you. I feel you. And maybe it's just because I get you like that, you know?
That's true.
Maybe we get each other like that, you know? But you're wilding. It's crazy. Buck's Basement, and I believe this is the last one for now. Shout out Buck's Basement. So when are we going to discuss the internet breaking news of Latina Nico Robin in OPLA? Because holy crap, she will break the internet. So I actually have that wrote down.
I'm exploding. Oh.
Let's go. I need the cumbia like One Piece song.
Yeah. Oh, we should get that.
I know. I don't have anything similar. I guess this is as like similar as like.
No, this is as similar as you can get right here. Oh, play this one.
Oh, this okay, but that's just so fast.
La puta.
It's just so fast. That's just too fast.
Because she will be that bitch. Okay.
Yeah. Latinos won.
For real.
We won.
I think that I want to talk. I want to talk more about it maybe after we get through everything. But I do want to talk about it. I'm super excited about the news. Obviously, I think that it's awesome. Come on now. I think that it's awesome. I love it. But there's more things that I want to talk about. So we'll talk more about it at the end. Shout out Buck's Basement.
Yes.
All right, now let's get into this friggin' dang chapter.
Oh yeah.
Let me pull this up and switch this over here and pull mine up so that I can see. Okay, so Wings of Icarus, obviously Icarus in mythology being known for flying too close to the sun, which plays into a lot of things, literally and metaphorically here in this chapter. But the cover page is Yamato talking to Kin, my guy, about a pilgrimage that they're going to go on to return Yasue's sword to Enma's shrine. And we kind of see the journey that they're going to go on through Wano. This is cool. And I guess we're like we've talked about before, like we're going to get to see Yamato
go through
all of Wano like they said they wanted to do before joining. And then I guess I'm just curious and still curious about what that is going to mean when this cover story is over. Because then they'll have done everything that they wanted to do, the only thing that they wanted to do before like officially joining. So I'm kind of wondering,
Yamato ain't joining.
I know, I kind of feel that too, honestly.
I do not think it's gonna happen. I just don't think it's gonna happen. I mean, how many years was One Piece going on before Jinbei joined? And that's a question that I want someone like before he was officially like, you're gonna join. Does anyone know this information? Like, I want you to join my crew, and Jinbei's like, I got shit to handle, I got shit to do. What was the time frame between that time?
Because he didn't officially get his title until like the raid of Onigashima, right?
Yes.
When they were coming up towards the I guess it was definitely more towards the end of Wano, but it was I can't imagine how long that was in actual
because
real life years.
If I get the time, if I see the time frame between that and Jinbei joining, then if it's a long time, then maybe I'll still have hope that Yamato will join. But I just don't think.
Well, it had to be literally it had to be 10 years.
No fucking way.
Maybe I'm way off.
10 years.
I'm gonna wait
no fucking way.
I'm gonna
6 to 7 years.
Okay, well,
are you serious?
That's what I'm saying. Because think about how long.
Okay, then Yamato's gonna join. Yamato's gonna join after One Piece is over in a fucking light novel.
That's crazy.
If
actually,
that's the logic,
I just processed what you said. Yamato's gonna join in a light novel.
What?
Oh shit, that got me.
I mean, I can see, and this would kind of suck because I would like to see Yamato obviously with the crew, but I could totally see a time skip happening, One Piece ends, and then there's a time skip where we see all the characters older doing shit, and Yamato's on the crew with Carrot, and
that'd be wild.
And maybe Vivi. I mean, there's a lot of people who I still truly believe that she's going to join. Vivi, I don't know. She might. She I don't know.
She's not. She's not going to join.
Oh, shit.
She is an honorary Straw Hat. Vivi is, yes, but she's not going to actually join
to be on the seas.
To be on the seas. She's not going to join the crew in that way. That's just me.
This was important. I think this is important. I just want to shout this out too. Mr. Yasman 300 said, out of curiosity, is the notepad on the Josh desk his school homework that Megan will grade?
Yes. At the end, you can
after every stream, he usually gets 0, but
or an F.
0.
Okay.
Negative F.
Okay. Fuck. Worse than F.
F minus.
God damn.
So I'm holding out hope that he at least gets 1 right today.
Anyway, I'm glad you took time to point that out. Moving on. Okay, so we get the reaction to the news all around the world. We've been seeing this in the last couple of chapters, but we see new people every time. We see Akainu. People have been talking about Akainu's reaction to it here, and that this could be because he looks contemplative. He doesn't look necessarily pissed off or angry. He looks like he's sort of deep in thought about. Yeah,
something's really weird here.
Yeah, that's his canon voice. And this is what a lot of people are saying might be the thing that makes him question the world government and question
no fucking way. There are bitches that are too far deep.
But again,
into the world government's fucking.
It plays into the idea that they could have a loyalty to the Marines because they believe that the Marines symbolize justice, right?
No, but they do shit that does not symbolize justice.
But fucking their justice in their own fucking mind. Whatever.
They all have different definitions of justice.
Sure. Which is very true of people in general. But the world government, maybe he's or
he's why didn't we know? Why was that information withheld from us as well?
Right.
We're above.
We're not your average Joe.
We're not your average. Yeah, exactly.
I'm stuck behind a fucking desk.
Yeah, we should have known.
Then we get to Water 7. We see Paulie, and Water 7 is in pretty bad shape. They've been dealing with some shit for a long time. Oh
yeah, we're seeing. They're pretty much Oda's showing us all of the places, not all of them, but we get to see Long Ring, Long Land again, and these are just places that have already had repercussions of this situation, or about to have be underwater. And that was brought up last week. When people were when that reveal had happened, and it was cool to see that here in this chapter.
Yeah.
His tongue ain't out.
No, it is. I'll show you.
His mouth open.
It is right there, tongue out.
On the side.
Let me switch it over.
I see. I see.
Then we get Doflamingo talking to Magellan.
Foo. How does it go?
I can't do his. I'm not good at doing the laughs.
F-U.
that is a Dofi energy. He's like, fuck you. That's actually how his laugh translates to English. Yeah, man, this was crazy. And again, Dofi's getting out. Like,
He's waiting for the perfect opportunity. I feel like this fool is playing.
He's been known shit. Like, this is like he's living for this. He loves this. And I just think it's interesting though that Magellan is not humoring him, but he's like, you do kind of have a point. The sudden sea level rise earlier caused havoc in some of the upper cells, and that was only 1 meter. How many meters would take to cover the whole world? And Dofi's saying like, bro, if it just raises 5 more meters, then like most urban areas are fucked. So I think that Magellan is going to like maybe mean well, but he's going to have to start maybe moving people around, and it might cause some sort of prison break.
Right.
Dofi's getting out though. What role he'll play is to be determined. Then we go to Fishman Island. I see Shirahoshi and the King.
They're like, oh, for real? Anyways.
Yeah, well, bro, I mean,
let's get back to work.
I mean, I guess they're affected because, like, they did want to have peace with the people of the surface and, like, wanted to eventually, like, be able to go to the surface. But, I mean, this is like, oh, sick. Like,
are we chilling?
Instead of us going to the surface is coming to us.
Oh!
Our territory. That would be so fucking like, if they were evil, they could be like, well, technically, the seas are ours, and you're in the sea now. So
we're gonna kill you. That's fucking insane.
No, they're gonna give them a taste of their own medicine. Is all I'm saying. Not that they wouldn't do that, but I'm just saying. Right. Of course, people are accusing him of like spouting lies and shit, which is always how it goes. The Gorosei are freaking the fuck out. And they're trying to shut the message down, stop the message from being broadcast. And they're saying snuff out every living thing you can sense. York is running around, kind of, I guess, like, I don't know how to describe it exactly, but she's really kind of tripping out that he's going to spill everything, that Vegapunk.
Damn, okay.
She's like, damn, you were going to do it like that this whole time? Like, fuck. But even she didn't know this, which is crazy. And it kind of plays into that idea that
theory.
Yeah, maybe Vegapunk was like letting her do whatever she was doing. Like maybe she thought she was being low key and on the down low about it. But he kept this like recording from her. So he had to have like
maybe a situation where he's like, I wouldn't want to take my free will away from myself. So
oh yeah,
like you all have free will to do whatever you want. I'm not going to control you.
That's kind of crazy. That's a really interesting way to look at it. I mean, I could definitely see that. But yeah, she had no idea. She's like, fuck, this is crazy. And it's just interesting that he kept that from her, because this was before, right? Like this was I couldn't quite put my finger on the timeline. I was trying to look it up, but I think that he recorded this message like through context clues. It was before Lelucia. I don't know exactly when and how long ago.
A few days from now, as I record this, assuming my sensor data is accurate, an exceptionally vicious earthquake will rock the entire planet.
Yeah.
Like, whoa.
Anyway.
Tell me he's talking about today's shit.
Then we see Smoothie.
Smoothie! Don't get enough smoothie time.
Smoothie is a bad...
Do not get enough smoothie time.
I just, this is a crazy couple of panels coming up, so let me switch over. Always good seeing Smoothie. I love Smoothie. And as we go on, we see Kuzan, Long Ring, Long Land, like you said, and they've been known. They've been known preparing for this shit. We cut back to that panel where the Straw Hats are fighting Saturn, Brooke, front and center. We love to see that shit. And Robin actually, because I had said this last week, I was like, don't don't act like Robin can't do shit in this fight. Like, they're
Chopper's-
protecting her, but
Chopper's getting fucking rocked right now.
bro, he is.
Like, go up a little bit. Like, he got hit. He's getting hit again and again, and he's blocking.
Bro, his face in that panel is
I don't
crazy.
like it. And he is protecting, like, Robin so hard right now.
Yeah, I don't ever want to see any Chopper disrespect ever again after this panel. A fucking Gorosei. Looks like they're repeatedly stabbing him. And he's, guarding Robin. And he's standing. Or bouncing.
He's bouncing.
Whatever. But it was cool to see Robin like help out too. But even Saturn is like, yo, I can't waste any more time on this
Be
shit.
gone!
Yeah, bro, chill. You're not that fucking menacing.
Be gone!
Let me switch back real quick. Then we see the mother flame because Saturn said, fuck this shit. I gotta go. I got way bigger fish to fry, more important things to deal with. And the mother flame is this small flame in this giant sort of like contraption that has S108 and A&MU on it. This is where I wanted to pause for a second and talk about a couple things. So let me pull this up here and pull this up here. Sorry, not there, not that panel. Down. Okay, yeah, here we go. So, I'm sure a lot of people have already kind of put this together, but from what I understand, I was looking into the significance of these letters, these numbers, like what it could all mean. The number 108 is apparently very relevant in like Hinduism. And so remember that because that's going to play into something else. And A and MU could be a couple of things. It could be pointing to a few different things. One being it translates apparently to atom, right? ATOM.
Atomic power.
Atomic power, nuclear fusion, nuclear fission, all of that. But it's also, and this could be a bit of a stretch, but I still really like the connection. And this is how cracked it is that on so many levels it could really work. Because atom could also be a reference to that, right? Like nuclear power, so on and so forth. But also Astro Boy, Atom, the connection being a lot of the Egghead designs are like really inspired by Astro Boy. So that is a little bit of a stretch, but I do like that it still works in that way too. The A and M and the U could also be emu, potentially a version, a variation, mu something. There could be some connection there. And then the third and final connection is A could be Atlantis, right? And the M and the U could be the land. I believe it's called the land of Mu. But yeah, the land of Mu, which are two lost cities.
Oh.
That also rely on a similar sort of power source. Now, obviously, like Atlantis is something that I think a lot of people know about. I didn't know much about the land of Mu. And again, this could all be a stretch, sure. But come on, dude, there are things, and maybe people have talked about this in the theory community before. Maybe people have noticed this, but I looked into the land of Mu, and there is just some similarities that are a little too on the nose. So, let me see where it was. And I'm sure people in the chat will let me know how long this connection has been made. Because I think there's another story that Oda has said that he was inspired by, and that story takes from this as well. But it's about this like land that let's see, where was it? An advanced civilization, the Nakal, flourished between 50,000 and 12,000 years ago, dominated by a melanated black race, the freaking Lunarians.
Oh,
I mean, come on, dude. Melanin. And they were superior in many respects to our own. Let's see, where was another thing? Because there was something about the sun in here too. So it basically, it had been lifted to sea level by the expansion of underground volcanic gases. Eventually, it was completely obliterated in almost a single night after some earthquakes, volcanic eruptions, broken land fell into the great abyss of fire. A lot of like key phrases here, covered by 50 million square miles of water. The reasoning for the destruction one night was, okay, yada, yada, yada. Okay. Claimed that the origin of this great civilization is tied to like Egypt.
It's right here.
Greece.
Okay. Churchward claimed that the king of Mu was named Ra and related this to the Egyptian god of the sun, Ra, and the Rapa Nul word for sun, Ra.
Bro, he claimed that the king of Mu was named after the sun god, right? And he claimed to have found symbols of the sun in Egypt, Babylonia, Peru, and all ancient lands and countries. It was a universal symbol. I'm just saying, dude. And there's also biblical ties to it, too. I'm just saying, bro. I'd never heard of this shit before. I'm sure, like I said, it's existed. People have made this connection. But this is my first time learning about this, and I was gagunked. I was shocked.
I've never heard about this in regards to One Piece.
It's kind of crazy, right? Yeah, I just thought that was interesting. And just in case there was anybody who hadn't heard of it either, I just wanted to point that out. But I also like the idea, like we were talking about earlier, of somehow this being extracted from either Nika themselves or Joy Boy. But yeah. So we see, Saturn, trying to get into his iPhone right there. Taking a literal walking stick. Like, he's just beating the fuck out. Like, bro, I just don't know what you're doing. Like, is your goal...
He has a reason.
Yeah, dude. He's just so frustrating to me. Like, show a little bit more fucking tact. Act like a fucking scientist at least. You're not a barbarian. So Dory and Brogy are still fighting with Luffy. We do see the giant again, but nothing really comes from the giant. The giant's just
walking.
He's just kind of walking around.
He's stomping.
And then we cut to Marijois and we see, and I forget her name, but I think she's Charlos's sister, reacting to the news of the Void Century, which is actually crazy because, again, I assumed that they were kind of in on it all. This to me, of course, again confirms that the Gorosei, the government, relocated themselves and the Celestial Dragons there because they knew a flood was coming. They were 100% aware of this fact. But I guess the CDs just were like, we're just going with them. Like, they didn't really know why, or they had been told something in their own version of history that, I don't know, made that move make sense for them. Or like, we are the gods of this world, so why wouldn't we be in the highest point? Why wouldn't our home be in one of the highest places in the world? But they weren't told about a flood. They weren't told about the voice. This is crazy to me. This is wild. And it's also wild to me that her and Charlos are related. Because if she wasn't a celestial dragon, then maybe we could talk. And then we see J. Cole right here in the forest.
Stupid.
And he's even laughing, bro. He's even like, she, ha, 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 ha. Like, he's laughing right now.
He's having a good time.
Because he knows. This man fucking knows.
He knows all of it.
Now, Megan, how did you react when you saw this panel right here?
This was cute. I was happy to see him. I was happy to see the
Chow
Chow fountain as well.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Very cute stuff.
Crazy. Yeah, going all the way back to Orangetown is really cool too.
Yeah, I also like the straw hat there. on the building.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Very cute as well.
That was another thing about that fucking Land of Moo shit and some statues and shit. Like some statues. And I think Parvision was talking about this one time. There are some statues that have like, they're wearing hats. And they don't necessarily look like straw hats, but they do look like hats that have brims on them.
So like hats?
Well, yeah, but yeah.
So like any hat?
No, but like brims all the way around. Or a brim all the way around. Whatever, Megan. So yeah. As we move on, this is when Edison comes in clutch and moves the clouds farther out, allowing the Straw Hats to be able to escape via like jumping straight from a cloud into the ocean, whereas before they would have had to propel.
They would have fallen down to their deaths.
Yeah, themselves forward. And I want to read this again because there are a couple things that I'm seeing some people talk about that I don't know if are exactly what is being said. So we're on the last panel here, or last, page. And I want to read this. So he's talking about, and I respect this about Vegapunk too. He's saying, look, I don't have the whole picture. I don't have all the info, and I'm not here to spread misinformation or fill in the gaps. I'm just going to tell you the little bit that I do know, which is a small fragment of this 100-year-long tale. This also gets me excited and gets me thinking that we could be getting that tale in the next chapter, which would be fucking crazy if we got a Joy Boy flashback.
Yeah.
I mean, come on now. He's sticking to the facts, and I respect him for that. But he said, the star of this story was born 900 years ago in a bountiful and advanced kingdom, right? And just like the legendary sun god Nika from the fables of Elbaf, he too fought with a stretchy and elastic body. Okay, so I've seen a lot of people saying that this kind of confirms that Joy Boy is a giant from Elbaf. I think that this confirms that Joy Boy and Nika are two separate people, right? And that Joy Boy, I don't think is a giant from Elbaf, but I think he is like the sun god Nika from the fables of Elbaf. And I don't even think that means that Nika, because Nika is a sun god, I don't even think that means that he's a giant. I think that they told his story in Elbaf.
I mean, we do have a clue that he was a giant because of the giant straw hat.
Right. But we're going to get to that. To that. I'm cooking on low heat, on simmer right now. But yeah, I just, to me, that's what that means. I think that the sun god Nika is just a god that the giants worshipped, and Joy Boy is completely separate from him, and also not a giant, but did fight with a stretchy and elastic body, just like the sun god. They called him Joy Boy. He was the first man to take to the seas, the first one to be called a pirate. Now, that very last line is what ties into my only prediction in the Book of Elves this week. But before that, first of all, that's the chapter. A lot to unpack still. I want to get into some super chats and catch up on all that before we go into that Book of Elves segment. I mean, there's just more to appreciate, like, every time you go through it.
Yeah.
You know?
Definitely.
So let me pull this up. And where did we leave off? Okay, Quattro. Let me give Quattro that. Show us the shirt. Josh, looks fire. W community. And I'm driving back to California Sunday. We lit for real, although it's Palm Springs in the summer, so might die.
I don't think it's too hot in Palm Springs right now.
Really?
I don't think it is. But I let's see. Let's see how the weather's looking.
I'll show you the shirt too. You know what's crazy? I think I've said this before.
Oh.
Because it's got something on the back. Bam! Bam! Woo! Woo!
Woo! Woo!
I actually found this at like a Marshall's.
Win.
Yeah, super win. Big W.
Big W.
Shout out Quattro. Welcome back to the land, or welcome back to civilization, I should say.
It's going to be about 90 in Palm Springs. So,
I mean, that's...
It's going to be pretty hot.
Yeah. Shout out Quattro. Shout out CP9.
Good smell. Flavor.
We in the end game, guys. Always happy to see you too. Always happy to see you, CP9.
Thanks.
And that's from the real Cypher Poll organization. And we appreciate them being a part of this community. Spicy kimchi.
Spicy kimchi.
It's your kitchen.
Eam refer to themselves as Moo before. A could be the initial of Emu's Tontata lover. Holy shit. From 900 years ago. A and Moo sitting in a tree. Wait, Kissing.
Whoa.
Fuck.
Ow!
It's too much right now.
Oh my god.
It's all coming together, dude.
It
We
really
are in
is.
the end game. Moo.
Tontata lover is crazy.
That would be even crazier.
Tontata lover.
Well, because Emu is a Tontata, and that's why, Kimchi has said before that the hat we saw wasn't a big hat. Emu is just a small person. Beautiful.
Beautiful.
You're cracked for that. That's going in the Book of Elves, dude. Dazul.
What can I say? He's an awesome guy.
Azizan, shout out. Oda be reading all the history books and putting them in One Piece of history. I found the One Piece, guys. Hell yeah, dude. It's so crazy, all the references, all the things he pulls from, man.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's great.
It's what makes the story so incredible. It also just got me thinking about Roger again and the laugh. And it's starting to come together to me that I think whatever was on those whatever he read, right? Whatever he read could have mentioned something about the flood. Like the flood needed to happen maybe before or the One Piece somehow is needed because of the flood or somehow relates to this flood. So the flood was still so far away. The events were so far away that he just looked at that and laughed and knew that he wouldn't get to see it. Because Ray Lee at least gets to live long enough to kind of see these events unfold.
I always got the impression that Roger laughed because it was kind of ironic, what he read.
But I think the irony is you spend your whole life.
Yeah, that's what I like. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that could be, I mean, it definitely read as that.
Yeah.
Not that I'm laughing because it's funny. It's I'm laughing because you said, it's just ironic that, yeah, you spend your whole life and you do all this stuff and you're not going to be able to see it. Or I always thought maybe it was unattainable to him at this moment in time because probably his time was limited. But also it just wasn't time yet, because whatever the missing pieces hadn't been born, which is the prophecy, Luffy, Sun God, Nika.
Yeah, and I think it's just crazy too because we didn't know if it was because maybe the message was for Joy Boy and the laugh was him realizing that this treasure was not even for him; it was for someone else, and that could still be a part of it. But just that he was damn, dude, I was just early. I made it.
Well, then him, yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't know.
No, I understand what you're saying.
I just keep going back to that. And I can't wait to reread One Piece and find all of these things once we have the answers to everything, once the story is over. I do want to pull up that cover page too. A lot of people have been pointing to this, but I know one of these is from Typical Joe. This is from Soul_Storm OP. But Yeah, dude. So there are clearly connections between this image and the mother flame, because this is a flame in the center of this circle with these rays that make it look like a sun.
Mm-hmm.
These muskrat people. Let me go to actually Typical Joe's, because he kind of follows up and says like there's more. And this is the panel that I was talking about with the operation or whatever the hell. Like, it's clear that these people were like studying on these other people. And again, this just reminds me of I mean, they're mechanical. He's holding a wrench. Like, yeah, sure. Mm-hmm. But there's just so many connections here that it seems a little too coincidental.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Well, it's purposeful.
Very.
There's no coincidence. We're being shown this before we get that information.
Yeah, and here you can get kind of like a better image of that flame. And I think in the original, or in the one that Soul posted, it does look like they're all crying. Like, everybody here is crying. So clearly there is something like devastating to both sides. But I'm just saying, all this shit, like, from way the fuck back, like, is so crazy. I don't know, man.
What do you mean you don't know? It's just Oda writing his story.
Like, writing the best fucking story ever told. Damn. Sword said Cole was the first to notice that. Crazy.
Sweet.
It's Majin Buu. Yeah, man. Crazy stuff. Crazy stuff. Is there anything else about the chapter that you want to point out or slow down to kind of talk about before we get into our predictions?
Not necessarily. I think you covered it. You cooked today.
I just pulled things up. You know, the cooking begins shortly.
Oh, that's one thing I don't have either.
It's a lot. It's a lot to have like a theory every chapter, and I only have one this week, and maybe as we talk it through, I might write one more down.
Okay.
But if that is that for now, and then after we get through the Book of Elves, we're gonna open it up to everybody and just like hear what everybody else has to say about everything, and then we'll talk about the casting call stuff too. But for now, that brings us to our next segment, a little segment we like to call "Heavy is the Head That Wears the L." Thank you.
Thanks.
Oh. This book is fucking heavy, dude. All right. So, my theory this week is not that crazy. I don't think. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't.
Okay.
But it is and has to do with the identity of Joy Boy. Let me know your thoughts. So to me, in this chapter, after knowing that we are about to hear the story of Joy Boy, maybe potentially in the next chapter, that would be crazy. It got me thinking. I don't think, obviously, for many reasons, that Joy Boy would have been a Lunarian, and I know that most people think that he was a giant because of the straw hat, right? Everybody kind of points to the straw hat being as big as it is could only mean one thing, that Joy Boy was a giant. I think, though, that for me, that last sentence, right, that Joy Boy was the first pirate ever. There's only one other race in One Piece that are literally like named after pirates. Their race is another word for pirate. And that is Buccaneer. So if you have this person is the first person ever to do this thing. And then their people become known for this thing, and they are called Buccaneers. And it was why there was such a desire to eradicate them. And, Buccaneers are big. Kuma does have a small head, though.
Yeah.
Kuma's half, right?
Kuma is half? I thought he was full.
I thought he was half.
Maybe he was half. I think he was half.
You know what's funny is Kuma had a big ass head when he was a little kid, though. Big ass fucking head.
Yeah, I mean, that hat is fucking huge.
It's a huge hat.
But I do like where you're going. I think that's cool.
I mean, why else make that like distinction, connection? Like it just fits a little too perfectly for me. So my theory this week is that Joy Boy was, and I like writing it down with confidence, 100% a Buccaneer. 100%, no questions about it. I think narratively it works. I think it works on a lot of levels, quite frankly. And I think that we're going to get that revealed pretty soon, actually.
Oh, wow. Okay, let's
Maybe
go.
in the next fucking chapter.
Damn. Are you going to write that down?
Should I? What do you guys think? Should I write it down?
No, I think you should keep it like that.
I do want to write down, like, because I know there's more. Kuma was half, yeah. His poor mom. Yeah, he got his big head. Or no, he got his small head from the non-Buccaneer side.
Small head, small legs.
Yeah. The big parts of him are from his Buccaneer side. Small parts of him are from his non-Buccaneer side. So yeah. You know what they say about people with big heads now? Okay, Juan. Well, what does it say that he had a big head and now he's got a small head?
Who? Oh, Kuma?
Yeah.
Oh, he evened out.
He evened out. He does have a tiny ass head compared to the rest of his body. They were hunted to extinction too. I think that also just makes so much sense, right? Because they're like, okay, the last person that harnessed the power of Nika,
Maybe it has some connection.
it was a Buccaneer. And
They didn't want it to happen again, so let's just take out all, because maybe it's connected to those people.
Yes. It happens all the time in fantasy or in stories where, you're trying to eliminate that bloodline. Actually, I do think I have one more.
Okay.
It's almost like, and this is going to be, because both are great stories in their own regard, but they're not similar. But it's almost like Avatar: The Last Airbender.
Oh, okay. Yes. Okay.
The Fire Nation, they hunted down all the airbenders because they
thought
knew.
You were going to say something else.
They knew that the next one was going to be an air nomad. So they said, you know what? Wiping them out.
Bye.
I do think that the Mother Flame, and the Mother Flame could be a lot of things. I'm really inclined to believe that it could be like Vegapunk, because I don't know how it would have been passed down, or how it would have been I don't know, just guarded for so long, which is why I think that maybe Vegapunk did create it, make it, figured out how to make it, but or a version of it, but it's not perfect, or not exactly
yeah, it's not the color that he wanted.
Yeah. So I'll say, I'm just gonna write it down because of what CD was saying earlier. The Mother Flame. Oh, I'm going to write this down too. The Mother Flame was extracted from Joy Boy or Nika. Well, maybe say Joy Boy. I'm going to put Joy Boy / Nika. This is already a reach. And the other thing I was going to write down was, I had it. I'll think of it. Do it, Josh. Be as specific as possible. Don't forget the page number.
Winston said 108 is the number of times he took to replicate it.
Oh, crazy. Also in that, because that Mu connection too, and 108, if you go back to learning more about the land of Mu or whatever, there's even a connection to like Hinduism like in that too. And so, I mean, there's just connection after connection after connection. Oh, I was going to write down the man marked by flames was marked by the mother flame. Perfect. I don't know, dude. I don't know.
You have a lot this week.
I thought I only had one, but this is how it goes.
Going Vegapunk brain.
Yeah, like I'm Oda right now. I'm cooking, dude. I'm cooking. Maybe the 20 human and royal kingdoms jealous or hated the ancient kingdom was a prosperous place with races of every kind. You know what would be so absolutely insane, and I don't think that this is where the story of One Piece will go. It just doesn't really like fit. It doesn't fit, I don't think, maybe the theme of the story like entirely. But how crazy would it be if the ancient kingdom, and I don't know if this is what Gabe is saying, but it made me think of this. If the ancient kingdom, if like the celestial dragons and the Gorosei, they were the ones who were like being like oppressed by the ancient kingdom, right? And Joy Boy is separate from that.
Okay.
And so the Gorosei and the celestial dragons, like their forefathers or whatever, like they fought back, but in doing so they became like, and won, but in doing so like became the evil that they like were fighting against. And so Joy Boy is born again to sort of like bring this like balance back. Like one thought they were above the other, and the scales tipped in entirely the opposite direction. And Joy Boy's job is to bring like a balance to everything, to bring harmony to everything. But the scales tipped in the opposite direction. That would be kind of crazy, because it would also like, I don't know how it would make us look, because again, the celestial dragons are still horrible, awful people.
Yes.
But like, if we learned that their anger and their hatred and all these things that they acted on, like if it came from their ancestors being the ones that were oppressed and all these things, I mean, it would just be crazy.
Yeah, that would be pretty crazy. You're right about that.
I don't know, dude. I don't know.
A little AOT theory.
I mean, it kind of is a little AOT. Yeah. Man, okay. Well, yeah, Luffy's job is to break that scale and break the cycle of hate. Like, I mean, come on. Like the Avatar.
Literally,
Elizabeth. Yeah. Idea for another story, but I think those 20 kingdoms will turn out to be evil except for Vivi's ancestors. Yeah, Lily, because we do know about there being some sort of thing that happened between them. Sun Jin Woo, I always thought Ancient Kingdom did experiments on people, and Joy Boy could be a result of those experiments. They got away and fought with the other races and stopped the Ancient Kingdom. That's super interesting. Huh. You forgive Orochi? I don't forgive Orochi, dude. Never. I think Luffy will be in the position of Joy Boy, and for generations to come, he maybe will be the bad one. That's crazy too. Who'd have life, Krista? Now we're going to Naruto. You know what's so funny is I don't know why, when I was looking up things about the chapter on Twitter, I saw so many people comparing One Piece to Boruto. Like, just in the sense that like they were putting a panel of Boruto up to a panel from this chapter and being like, guess which one's monthly or whatever. Like you'll never guess which one's monthly because like one is like consistently crazy like week after week, and I guess Boruto is monthly.
I see.
And it's just
so they're just being like a hater.
Yes, dude,
Like, that's the only comparison is
so
just them hating.
Bro, people were going.
I was like, oh, there's like comparisons within the story. That's
No.
kind of crazy. You're like, oh no, they were just like fucking shitting on Boruto. It's like, oh, what's new?
It was so funny to me. I mean, it was disrespectful, but it was kind of funny.
I feel like that's every anime like fandom.
Yeah.
Like they could all agree on hating Boruto. Like every single one. Like
Yeah.
we can have our differences as a One Piece fan and, you know, a person who likes JJK or Bleach or anything. But it's just everyone is in agreement about Boruto.
Yeah.
Which is crazy. I know there's people that like Boruto. I'm not trying to shit on it because I
But
never fucking read it.
No, but I feel like even the people who like Boruto, if you told them like, yeah, I fucking hate Boruto, they'd be like, I get
Which is like
it. Oh, shit.
crazy. Or like, yeah, I don't really want to watch this at all. And they're like, I understand. It's like, oh.
Juan is trolling right now. He said, what's Boruto? Come on now. Come on. All right. Well, that's going to conclude this segment. You are...
I don't have
It's okay.
any.
It's okay.
I know.
It's okay.
I guess one would be like, the next chapter won't be
Do you want me to write that down for you?
No, don't write it down.
But okay, but just
write it down.
I won't write it down, but I want to know. Do you think that the next chapter is going to be
The reveal?
not the reveal necessarily, but do you think we're going to get lore, a flashback to maybe Joy Boy and the Void Century? No. I mean, this is the end game.
I know. But I think it might be milked a little longer.
That would be crazy, dude.
I know.
That would be crazy.
I know. I know. I don't know.
Like, how long do you think we can keep
I don't know.
getting tidbits until
I don't know.
people are like, God damn it, dude?
I mean, I would assume, but I feel like I've been assuming for the past like couple chapters.
Yeah.
So, you know, I'm not sure.
Frankie said burrito, and Moonman said sounds like a Naruto ripoff. A lot of people
Burrito. It's crazy.
don't even know about Boruto. I guess it's not a popular spinoff of an even more popular series. I actually love these like sneak disses.
Crazy. So crazy.
All right, so I'm just going to recap these and then we'll close out this segment. So my theories for this chapter are, or that came from this chapter are, Joy Boy was 100% a Buccaneer. 100%. That's a fact. That's the easiest W and the most confident W I've ever had. The Mother Flame was extracted from Joy Boy Nika. Not created, but extracted. I don't know how strongly I feel about that one, but it's still there. The man marked by flames was marked by the Mother Flame. And I think there's going to be some significance to that as well. But
that was good.
Thank you, dude.
That was really good. You really knocked it out of the park.
Well, that is going to do it for our segment. Heavy is the head that wears the L. But we're not done yet. We still got some stream left. Let me just put this out of my way for a bit. I just got to show the book off every time. It's beautiful.
Yeah, Bean said Vegapunk did say he knows very little. So we're going to get like the smallest amount of information.
Oh. I mean, I like that he, at first I was like a little...
Like he knows everything.
I thought he knew everything because he studied... And I guess even O'Hara, right? Like the library of O'Hara, like didn't have all of the information.
No.
But he studied all of the information that they had. But at first I was frustrated that it wasn't going to be everything, but it makes sense. And I think it actually even works better because there would be no more mystery. And I think I still think he's going to give us some pretty crazy stuff because we do know that Clover did know the name of the ancient kingdom. That's going to be a cool reveal. And obviously Vegapunk knows certain things about Joy Boy. We're going to get to find out like a little bit more about him. We might even get to see him. If we do see him, maybe he'll be silhouetted or like, wouldn't it be crazy to like see Joy Boy after all this time? Like, I don't know, man. That would be wild.
It would be wild. Excuse me, I don't know, man.
Because I don't know.
What do you mean you don't know?
Because
just say like, oh, that would be cool.
No, it would be cool, but I mean,
don't know.
He's a like, because he's a symbol,
right?
You know what I mean? And
so you don't want it to be ruined.
Kind of. I want to know more about him, and I want to know more about his life, and I want to know the name of the ancient kingdom.
But
and
you don't want to see him.
But I don't know how I would feel like seeing him.
Interesting.
Because I almost like in my mind have like deified him. You know what I mean? And to just see him as a regular guy.
I mean, I think that would be cool, though.
It would. But
I don't know.
Oh, shooty.
I think this will be like God Valley in Kuma's backstory. That's actually, I think, probably pretty likely. Like, we'll maybe get a chapter, or we're going to be getting a flashback from like the perspective of somebody maybe else, you know, that was alive during that time.
Yeah.
I could see that.
Mm-hmm.
I could see that. I think we're going to get some pretty big things, but obviously we're not going to get everything. There's still going to be a lot of mysteries after this, because there's a lot of story left to tell. Do you think that we're going to get anything like crazy about Joy Boy, about the ancient kingdom, like
I mean,
before Egghead, or you think it's gonna Egghead ends, or you think we're gonna start to find out all that stuff? Like, well, I guess Vegapunk is giving.
It has to be an Egghead
because he's giving this message.
Yes, I mean, maybe not all of it, but so we have to get more than what we've gotten before Egghead is over.
I mean, there were some people saying that it was going to be a situation where like Vegapunk's giving this message, but the Straw Hats are so busy trying to escape that they're not going to hear it. And we as an audience would be following them, so we wouldn't get to hear it, but we would know that the world got to hear it. And that made me so mad. I was like, please don't like make that happen.
That would be crazy.
It would be. He will be a Luffy lookalike, said Soham. I could also see that too. I mean, Roger, like young Roger, in his straw hat, looks so much like Luffy. Joy Boy, this is from Tess. Joy Boy is the Tontata, not Eam. Eam is the giant. The straw hat is for Zunisha. Oh fuck, he's cracked.
Zunisha in a hat is funny.
Well, someone else was saying it too. That like
that's what Zunisha and the robot are apologizing for losing their hats.
Oh yeah.
I'm sorry, mine got taken away. Sorry, I lost mine. Sorry, it broke. Sorry, it's ruined. That's the reason why.
I could see that. I think that you're onto something, Megan. I think you're really thinking now. I think you got your thinking hat on. Speaking of hats.
My Omega 3.
Yeah,
Omega Megan. Again, like last week. So I don't have my tuna day. So.
Oh, you didn't have the tuna.
No, I did not.
I'm sorry.
Damn. You see the difference between tuna and no tuna?
Don't you know it? Don't I know it?
Winston said, you think York figured out how the message is being broadcasted? She might be the one to stop it. Well, I think... I got so excited I forgot to hit my microphone. I think that's another way that the flashback could get cut short, right? Like, Vegapunk might not know a lot.
That'll be so frustrating.
But even like what he does know, we could be getting this and this and this.
That'd be so frustrating.
And then York or somebody else like does figure out how to shut it down. But I also don't think that it's there. I also I still think that there's some merit to Dragon being like one of the ones helping broadcast it somehow. The source of the transmission. So this is from Nico 100. If Joy Boy could stretch as Luffy and even has the Nika Devil Fruit, doesn't that mean he could be whatever size he wants to be? That's super true as well.
That's very true.
That's super, super true.
Mm-hmm.
And we've even seen that of Luffy. I mean, if they somehow figured out or just decided, like, I just want to be huge all the fucking time because I can. Because I can. That would be pretty wild. A beautiful lie.
Beautiful lie.
With a super chat. Shout out, a beautiful lie. Josh, are you going to review the new Doctor Who in a later stream today? A beautiful lie, you son of a bitch.
Woo!
I was trying with all of my might to not bring up Doctor Who, but here we are. Let me just take a second and say that Doctor Who is, while One Piece might be one of my favorite manga of all time, favorite anime of all time, and yes, favorite story of all time, my favorite science fiction show of all time, and another favorite of mine is Doctor Who. And it has been for quite some time. I am obsessed on an unhealthy level with that show. I love that show. It like makes me feel emotions that I thought the world had made me numb to.
Oh, wow.
And it is back today after a very, very, very long time. 2 episodes are premiering at 4:00, which is now, which is in the EST at least. 4:00. No. Yeah, no. Am I tripping?
No,
I'm not. I'm fucked up.
You are.
Anyway, it's coming out today. 2 episodes are coming out today, and I think we'll be able to watch it here.
4 p.m. EST?
Yeah, in our area, we'll be able to watch it around like 7:00. And I could not be happier. This is coming off of an era that was not really good. We got some really cool anniversary specials, a new Doctor, the return of Russell T Davies, who revived the show once before. I mean, it's a fucking time.
What time did you say it came out?
4 EST.
Oh, yeah, which was 30 minutes ago.
We gotta go.
Bye, guys. Thank you.
I'm so fucking hyped for that shit, dude. And I'll be watching it. I want to talk about it at some point. Maybe not today, but I do want to talk about it at some point for sure. I'm gonna have to. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. I can't tell you how excited I am.
It's going off.
Oh, give me the lovin', said Winston. We got some Hoovians in here, dude. We got some Hoovians in here. Mr. Yasman, out of curiosity, has Josh seen Star Trek The Next Generation? You know, I've seen a lot, not a lot, but I've seen a good amount of The Next Generation. I had a friend who was actually a fan of Doctor Who, and actually the friend that got me into Doctor Who when I was in, like right out of high school. He was a huge fan of The Next Generation. And so he showed me a couple episodes, and it's a great show. I want to watch more of that specific era of Star Trek because, according to my friend, at the time, it was one of the best. Because it plays more on the... It almost feels, at times, he would say, like, similar to Doctor Who. And almost like, you know how, like, we watch the Orville?
Right.
It's kind of that vibe. It's not, like, as action-y. It's more, like, philosophical, like, posing these, like, very... interesting like questions and things like
choices.
That's what I mean. That's, you know,
that's cool. I'm gonna use the restroom very quickly.
All right, Bear Lover, member for 14 months with a member comment that just says,
"I'm sorry."
I'm sorry. I don't know why I hit that button. It says, "Hi, Bear Lover. How are you? Good to see you." Someone was saying that. Doran said, I've heard it has really mixed reviews. I think that there's a lot of things. I'm not going to get too much into it because when Megan comes back, we're going to talk about the OPLA casting stuff. And Soham is saying, is Rebel Moon Part 2 good? I haven't seen either Rebel Moon. I think that what I saw from like a bunch of reviewers that I respect and that I feel like have similar tastes as me, like a lot of people seem to not really like it. And actually have really bad things to say about Rebel Moon, at least. So when the second part came out, I was like, I don't really. And even those same people were saying, didn't have really anything good to say about part 2 either. So I was like, you know what, Rebel Moon, as much as like I think Star Wars is cool and I like Star Wars and this is supposed to be like a love letter to that, I think I'm kind of good on that. But as far as the reviews for Doctor Who, I think that a lot of people are kind of mixed on a couple things that have I guess been revealed or just like happened in the anniversary specials with Tenet and stuff. Like people had mixed feelings on like the bi-generation and a lot of things. But for me, I think that it's moving in the right direction. And I think that it's moving also like narratively in a more interesting direction in terms of even a lot of the villains or the monsters that they're going to be fighting. Gods are going to be introduced, like more powerful like beings are coming into the picture, and it just seems really exciting. Critic reviews were all like out of maybe it was like 30-40 critic reviews, it had 100%. And again, that doesn't mean that every critic gave it a 10 out of 10, but it means that every critic gave it a positive review. Since then, I don't know if that's changed, but as audiences see it, it's going to change significantly. But we'll see. I've been a fan of everything that they've done so far. And from what I've seen and what I've heard about the episodes and everything that's kind of come out, I'm really, really, really excited. I think it's going to be great. I think it's going to be phenomenal. Like, there was a TARDIS at Disneyland. Like, I don't know, dude. They're putting their whole fucking pussy into this shit. And it's crazy. Gabe said, I remember he's the one that made farting aliens. Gabe, that's actually 1000% true, and that is my least favorite episode of Doctor Who. And it's actually one of the first ones that I watched, and it wasn't on purpose. Like, my friend used to just put it on in the background while we would play like Magic the Gathering because he wanted so desperately for me to get into it that he's like, I don't even care if you watch it, but I'm going to put it on in the background. So subconsciously, like, you'll start to maybe like recognize things or pick up on things, and subconsciously you'll get interested. So I'm just going to put it in the background. We're playing Magic. We're in a heated Magic the Gathering, game. And then I just hear fucking, and I'm like, what the fuck? It's farting aliens. I'm never watching the show. I'm never watching it. And here I am. I've been converted. Okay. Megan's back. So no more Doctor Who until I watch the 2 episodes and we do a stream on it. But I want to talk about the OPLA stuff real quick. So some casting calls came out on Twitter recently that were, and this is very traditional of how the casting process works, but call sheets or casting calls that are asking for specific, whether it be like types of people, builds, gender, ethnicity, like all these things that they're looking for in a specific character. And people were, I think, excited about certain things, but then there was another group of people who were very frustrated and upset about certain things. I think Vivi's came out, right? Robin's came out, Tashigi's, Smokers, and I think maybe that was it. Smoker, they're looking for a white guy, and
There was a couple more.
Oh, there was a couple more?
Yeah.
And I think everybody's like, okay, that makes sense. Tashigi, Asian woman, that makes sense. But I think where people were the most maybe divided was Vivi and Robin. Robin being a Latina queen, which I think we're very excited about, was pretty divisive because of something that Oda had said a while ago when asked, like, if the Straw Hats were from anywhere, where would they be from? And I think in that interview, he had mentioned that Robin would be from Russia. So a lot of people were like, she's not Russian. Like, what the fuck? Like, this is... Like, a lot of people, to me, seem to forget. If you remember how close Oda was in the casting process, because a lot of people have felt like, or I feel like a lot of people are acting as though this is like Matt's decision or this is like Netflix's decision. But Oda works so close with not just the writers, but with the entire production, and was so involved in the casting process, like of the Straw Hats, like, because that is the thing that needed to work. You know, like you needed to love the Straw Hats. You needed to, if you were a fan of the source material, see the characters that you love in them. And so that was a very important part of the process. And I feel like people forgot or forget like how involved this man is. Like,
Yes.
this is something that's probably coming from Oda. They're probably giving him like, okay, well, here are some potential like actresses or directions we can go. Like, where do you see, or how do you see Robin in live action? Like in this
That's
world?
all speculative.
It's speculative.
Yeah.
It is. But a Straw Hat, like if this was a side character, like if this was like Mr. 3, or if this was somebody else, then like, I don't know, maybe he wouldn't be as choosy about the casting. But this is a Straw Hat. So to me, it's just absolutely absurd that he wouldn't have. And remember the letter that he came out with, like right before the show was about to be released, where he said, like, if there are things, if the show's not ready, it's not coming out. And Netflix told me that I can make that call. Like he's not just like a helpless creator at the mercy of a giant, corporation. Like, I just feel like it's very like alarmist behavior. And I saw you pointed out someone who had just said something pretty funny on Twitter, and it made me laugh because everybody was saying like, she's Russian. And you had said that the Twitter user said she's from O'Hara. Like, she's not from Russia. And that was just funny to me.
Yeah. I mean, the same argument could be said for like, okay, like if she's not Russian, then why does she have to be Latina?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I don't know.
I don't know.
Let's also not forget our dark skin queen, okay? The Robin, the Miss All Sunday that we are first introduced to. And they didn't just do it to Robin. They did it to Usopp. They did it to everybody, okay?
For real.
I could not be happier with this casting announcement. I think that it's very exciting. And I love this. I love this so much. So much. Yeah.
Exciting.
Yeah.
Exciting stuff.
Japanese Jim is also saying she has Spanish named attacks. Like, another great point. And Japanese Jim said something earlier. I want to make sure that we're all caught up. Yeah. So this is a good point. Shout out Japanese Jim. Let me give
What can I say? He's an awesome guy.
them that. People forget Oda's quote starts with, I didn't put a lot of thought into this with the nationality thing. And that's another great point. I get it. You take his word as gospel, but even he is human, and put on the spot, he's like, I don't. If I had to say, maybe Robin would be Russian. So, and sure.
I mean, it's like Taz is British. She's not French.
Right.
Like, there's certain changes that are being like made, or like what he thinks is correct.
I don't know, dude. I think that I was just surprised, I guess, to see the reaction to it, especially because of how hyped everybody has been on season 1 and excited everybody is for season 2, and how great the casting has been so far. Like, that's another thing. Like, if the casting had been off,
Yeah.
then maybe we could be concerned. But like, to me, the cast has all been perfect. All have been like perfect. I mean, there are some like fucking Clawhador and shit. When I was watching that episode, I was like, this man was ripped from the fucking panels of the damn manga.
For
Like,
real.
there's so many characters that I'm just like, my jaw drops, when I see them. And I have complete faith. in this choice, in this direction. It makes sense. Like Japanese Jim was saying, for the naming of the Spanish attacks, and even for Oda, him being as involved as he is, and him starting that quote by saying, like, I haven't really put a lot of thought into this. But I think it's a lot of people. What frustrates me are people who use that quote as like ammunition for why definitively Robin is Russian and why therefore she should be cast or be portrayed by a Russian actor. They're kind of like weaponizing this this like quote as an excuse to just like hate on something, and it's not even fucking. Which is just Josh, just say the word internet, because that word means all of those things I just said. Sure,
yeah,
but you know. I don't know. I just don't like people. It's like, bro, we got it. This show is amazing. This show is great, amazing. It's everything we could have ever wanted, and I don't know.
And we're adding another person who is Latino to the mix.
Yeah,
which is cool.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Which is cool.
We have this great thing, and I don't know, bro. I mean, because I've been seeing it a lot with Doctor Who, too, speaking of Doctor Who, and it's just like people talking shit, man. People talking shit about everything.
Always.
And I'm not saying people here are, and I'm not even saying, that's another thing. I'm not even saying if there are people who, like, aren't excited about it, that they're haters. But there are people who aren't excited about it that are haters. But not everybody, is a hater. Nuance, you know what I'm saying. Buck's Basement, let's go.
I'm exploding.
Tan Robin is best Robin. So love me, Latina Robin. Exactly, dude. And you know what? I don't even put that shit on Oda. I put that shit on fucking Toei. I put them whitewashing all these fucking characters. I put it on them.
It's sad. I was like, whoa, we're getting a character who's not only tan, who has brown eyes and black hair, like Latina queen, and it's like, oh, actually no, she has blue eyes and she's now not melanated anymore. I go, oh, okay.
Oh, okay, for sure, Toei.
Never mind.
For sure.
No representation.
We talked about it before. I'm not gonna go into it again. But even like the Bonnie stuff, it's like, Toei, chill the fuck out. I know that's you. I know that's not even the animators are probably like asking their bosses and shit like,
no,
you guys have read the manga, right? You know. And the bosses are like, yeah, your point is make them jiggle.
Make them jiggle. That's crazy. I was talking about the Seraphim too. Boa specifically is like lighter than the rest of the Seraphim, which like doesn't even make any sense. Like why?
Yeah.
Like weird.
Toei. The game says Toei is the reason Robin was tan, Josh, in the first place. They were basing it off of something. They weren't getting it out of thin air. They weren't pulling that out of thin air. And they did it to Usopp too.
Make it jiggle was crazy though.
That's how they operate. There's a meeting. There's a giant board meeting. And they're like, all right, guys, we're here to talk about, I'm going to pitch this to RDC because they would do a better version of it. Say, all right, we're here to talk about Egghead and our approach to how we're going to animate this new arc. And then they just have a big fucking screen and it's just fucking titties jiggling on it.
That's literally.
and then the animators are in there and they're like, oh yeah, but what about the touching backstory that happens, we find out more about Kuma and his relation to Bonnie and all that stuff. And they go, well, as long as we can have some of that episode, some jiggle in there somewhere, I think that as long as we meet our jiggle quota, then we should be able to fit all that other stuff in. And so I was like, okay. I need to work on the sketch, but that's Toei right there. Let me pull up the
weird comments in chat today. LOL.
Let me pull up the other casting calls because the VV one, I think they were looking for Middle Eastern or South African, I think.
I'm not sure.
I could be wrong. And so people were getting fucking mad about that. But
People get mad about everything.
I know. And I try not to give it too much attention, but Princess Vivi, female, 1720, Middle Eastern, North African, or South African. Now,
Asian.
Oh, it's Asian, sorry. This makes sense to me. Because of Alabasta and like the garb and the setting and just like what Alabasta is like based off of, it makes sense to me.
Yes.
I'm not here to shed a light on the hate, but just spread a little bit of love and say I stand by these choices.
I have complete faith that they will do the right thing.
Same, dude.
In casting. Because
Same.
they did a great job in the first season. And I am excited to see who is going to be playing these characters.
The casting call for Chopper came out as well.
No, it didn't.
It did. It said they're looking for a young boy, I was trying to make a joke. I couldn't even make a joke. I couldn't even make the joke because you were giving me this fucking crazy eye.
Because that's crazy. It's looking for a young boy.
Bro, he's a child.
Yeah, I know. He's just like, period, young boy. Because it's probably going to be CG.
But the joke was that they're like looking for like
a specific type of young boy.
Right. But not. The more you say young boy, the worse it sounds.
I don't know what you're
It's
on.
because you can't talk about Hollywood and say young boy at the same. It sounds, you know what I mean. It sounds bad.
You're the one who brought it up. You're the one who wanted to make it a joke. Do you think it's a joke?
No, not that. A joke. Not that. I'm not saying that as a joke. People know. You know.
It's gonna be Seth MacFarlane.
It's gonna be Seth MacFarlane. Yeah, who's gonna do the voice for Chopper? That's gonna be crazy. Interesting.
Very interesting. Just cast Tara Strong.
That would be wild.
That would be
wild.
I wouldn't like that.
I
I wouldn't like that. It has to be like a young, like a teenager, I guess.
Yeah.
I'm thinking like I don't know what comes to mind. Aquafina, Mr. Yassin.
Bro, I would riot. I would take to the streets and I would say enough is enough. Enough is enough. There are some people that I don't think should come anywhere near the One Piece live action series. And look, it's nothing against Aquafina, but she needs a break. Don't we all think that? She's been working hard. She's been working real hard, okay? I just want to call Aquafina and be like, Aquafina, can you just chill? And you deserve it, girl. You worked your ass off, girl.
She wants the money. That's her job.
It is her job.
So you're going to call her?
Yeah. I'm going to call her.
I'm going to call her and hit her up.
Aquafina, hey, you've been killing it. Fucking the bird from Little Mermaid. The other bird from the new fucking duck movie. Yeah, you've been fucking. You're the top of every. You're at the top of every casting call for any animated character in any movie. I just think you deserve a vacation, and by vacation I mean you should probably take the next 3 to 4 years off because you could afford it.
I don't know if she could.
Maybe not.
It's crazy how you want to be her agent and tell her like, okay, just stop working for a little bit.
Yeah.
Please just stop working for a little bit. I'll be right back, y'all. And I'll be back.
Look, man, I'm just having a little fun. I'm just being a little goofy. I know that, people, I don't know. And Beans was saying that I think people were more upset about the, what was it? South Asian. But again, and I know that this isn't Beans saying this, but I have faith in the production crew, the casting crew. I have and still believe that Oda is working very, very close. I mean, the amount of close that he was working on the first season, like, especially after its success, man. I feel like he would want to protect it even more. I just think that a lot of these things are also like he is getting a say in too, right? So like, I don't know. I guess it just felt to me like people were speaking on behalf of him, if that makes sense. And I think that's where I got a little frustrated because to me, and again, I don't know either. I don't work for Netflix. I have zero involvement in the show. So I don't fucking know either. But I just can't imagine after how involved he was before that he wouldn't be involved and have a say in this. And it was just the people speaking on behalf of him and things he had said in the past that, I don't know, just made me a little frustrated because I get it, dude. Like, I go back and forth on this all the time, man. Like, we live in a crazy time where a lot of the things that we love are being adapted and where, you know, we have this like direct line to Hollywood, I guess, and fans have made change happen for the better. And so on one hand, like, I do believe that the community of fans that love this thing, like giving studios like feedback and telling them, reminding them of like things that are important to a series, right? Like it's great, but I do think it also has like a shadow side, and I don't know. I've been feeling that personally a lot. That a lot of things that, you know, I feel incredibly lucky to just like have and get to experience, that are good, that I believe to be good, at least personally. I don't know. I mean, you know, and it's not just with OPLA. It's like I said, with Doctor Who, with like a lot of other things, like people just get like really upset, and the internet is just it puts a magnifying glass on the bad, when in reality it probably isn't that bad at all. Their negativity sometimes is just louder and all that. But I'm just having a good time with this show, with this live action, and you know, even talking to Randy in our Adulting and Anime episode. Like, I'm so excited for season 2, like so excited, and all the Easter eggs we've been getting, and all the things we've been seeing about like the video that came out for Luffy's birthday and Yaki celebrating Luffy's birthday with the number 3 candle. It was just so fun. Like Usopp's or Jacob's video. Like the love that everybody has for this series is insane. And yeah, man, I'm super excited. And I like the direction it seems like they're taking a lot of these characters. And I'm a fan. I'm a fan. That's it. Everybody was hating, and not that I forgot what I was gonna say. I read something in the chat that made me forget. But I'll move on. I literally was about to say it, and I read something somebody said, and I completely blanked.
It happens.
Anyway, guys, thank you for letting us talk about this chapter.
Yeah, it was fun.
Thank you for letting us talk about the casting. Thank you for letting us talk about One Piece. This is really one of the best communities on YouTube, for real. I don't know. I feel like, and not that like, I feel like people in our community understand that you can, as long as you can articulate like your feelings, like conversation is important and stuff. And everywhere else on the internet, like it feels like pretty toxic at times and pretty bad at times. But like whenever we talk about things here, people are sharing their opinions, and their opinions are sometimes different than maybe our opinions, but like it's a conversation.
Yeah.
And that's just like awesome. Like that's awesome that we get to come here and have those conversations. And it's because of everybody in this community. I'm excited about some things we got coming up too, One Piece related. Of course, now that our Grand Line review episode of Adulting and Anime is finally out, it's time to start working on the last one that we have in the bank, which is our episode in studio with Roger's bass and Reagan, which is going to be a very hard episode to edit because it was two of them that we recorded at the same time and are probably going to include in one episode just because of like how the episode flowed and like how the game
what we
that
did.
we have.
Yeah. So that's going to be super exciting when it comes out. And then that's the end of our season 1 of Adulting and Anime. And then we're going to take a little break and then see what other guests we can get for season 2.
Yeah.
And yeah.
RDC guest number 1 for season 2. This is my I'm manifesting this. RDC. That's the only one on my list.
Dunland Saga will be happening. We're sorry that we had to push it. Again, we talked about it before, but we just had to record all of Adulting Anime in 1 month, and that was the month we were going to start Dunland, and then it kind of just happened that way. So we had to record, and now we're editing, and it was going to be like a thing that was continuous for a couple months, but it kind of just
I think that and like
happened like that.
Megan
so.
said, we mentioned it before, but like we planned on like spacing out the recordings of Adulting and Anime a little bit more so that we could do Dunland like in between. But everybody's availability was sort of like back to back to back to back to back. So we didn't have that time.
Yeah.
So as soon as that episode, that's why we're going to be taking a break from the Adulting and Anime episodes so that we can focus on Dunland Saga. And then we'll get back to booking some more guests for that. But it's still coming. And I appreciate, everyone's patience with that.
And we're going to try to hit up the One Piece Cafe. Not sure when, though. Well, it is kind of a drive. The grand opening is happening on Sunday, or tomorrow, actually, which we both can't make it to. But yeah.
Yeah, I mean, your brother has graduation stuff coming up. And so, it didn't really work out. But
sorry.
No, but I mean, why are you sorry for your brother's graduation? Like,
sorry, everybody.
That's a huge milestone moment. I mean, shit. I didn't graduate, so I recognize and I know how people felt about that in my family because they were like, "Why would you not walk? Why would you not graduate?" So I know how important it is to be there for you, for your brother, but we still want to go. Is my point. And I got my GED, guys. Relax, okay? Maybe we'd have a book of W's if I got my diploma.
But yeah. So I'm not sure when that'll be happening. It's going to be indefinite, so we'll try to make it out sometime.
Yeah. And the other video that we got coming out, hopefully like sooner than later, is something that we just thought would be really fun to do. It's something we've been wanting to do for a really long time. It's One Piece related, which is also exciting. It is a ranking tier list, if you will, of all of the One Piece openings. So opening 1 through opening 26, that's already recorded. It's already in the bank. And we've already started editing it. The YouTube version is going to be a little hard. Obviously, for like Patreon and YouTube members, they're going to get the whole uncut. It's like 2 hours.
Yeah.
Around there. So obviously, Patreon and YouTube members will get to see the full songs, like everything. But the YouTube version is the version that's going to be a little bit of a bitch to edit because we have to cut around the songs and it'll probably only show maybe like 10 seconds of each opening.
Yeah, we're going to have to be really careful, but it is being edited. So that'll be out soon.
It'll be out soon, dude.
Yes.
And it was so fun to record that. I remember even telling Megan, like, after we were done recording, like, I don't know, man. I just had a great time. And I think our energy, like, because of the songs, like hearing all the songs, like it just pumped me up. And it was cool, man. So that's coming out soon too. Exciting. That Life for Chris said, I guess they're just throwing out GEDs.
Well, this was like, 20 years ago. So that's why it was a little different back then.
Yeah, it was a little easier to get.
Yeah, when Josh graduated high school.
That's so funny. But yeah, man.
Which was that?
What were you saying? What?
Which was
what? You're trying to do the math?
7?
Years ago?
2007?
2007. 2000. 8. 2007, 2008. Yeah.
That's.
Why you look at me like that?
I'm not.
Damn.
It's just crazy when you think about it sometimes. And it startles me. The trajectory
My
of
age startles you.
the trajectory of life and meeting people is what's like, oh, it's like eye-opening.
Okay.
It's just crazy.
That I exist and was born a couple years before you were. Thank you, Batman for real. It's not that long ago. Thank you. Anyway, Winston said OP5 is my
scary.
Josh is scary.
Period.
Winston said my OP5 is my favorite, but the current one is a banger. I can't remember where we ranked any of them, but I was trying to remember where that fell on our list.
Oh, let me see. Actually, I literally looked it up. Oh, I think we really liked this one. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, actually.
Be careful, it gets to get picked up on the mic.
It was like, I played not even 10 seconds of it.
I know, but I get so scared.
Because you're scary.
Because I'm scary. Kev said a couple. Yeah, a couple.
Of years?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. A couple, usually like when people say a couple, they usually mean 10. Yeah. I don't know if you guys knew that, but when people say, oh, I have a couple of those, you're thinking like maybe like, oh, 2. That's a couple. And Josh goes, oh, no, my definition of a couple is 10 years. 10 as well. Or 9. I mean 9.
I'm not going to stand for it.
9, right? 9, right? I don't know how to count.
A couple is a couple is a couple.
It's a couple is a couple is a couple.
It's a couple of couples. How about that? It's a couple of couples. Anyway, shout out Kev.
Yeah, I think our list
and yes, Batman
for the
ranking
is the only one that's actually true.
Oh.
And factual.
Oh.
I don't think there's any other way to rank them.
Oh.
Honestly, in my personal opinion.
Oh.
And I'm just gonna come in
I'm exploding.
really hot with that one.
Oh.
Wow.
Yeah.
I have a couple of lands, Josh. A couple of lands. I mean, is that a Magic the Gathering reference?
They have a couple of lands that they want to show you.
So Nico, I really love the animation in the most recent OP. Oh yeah, dude, it's the best.
It's just too good.
It really is.
And watching it back to back to back, like all of them back to back to back, it was like absolutely insane to see how just far like animation, and not only animation, just like songs too, like the change within all of the years, like it's absolutely crazy. Like the vibes, like it's just so different. And yeah, it
was cool seeing them also like back to back to back.
Yeah, it was going through like a journey.
Yeah,
it's experiencing things. Beautiful Eye, how old were you, Josh, in 1997?
How old? Where's the calculator? In 1997? Where's my phone?
You were born in 89.
Uh-huh.
So just count from there. Josh.
What?
Josh, this is why you got your GED.
Okay, chill the fuck out. Chill the fuck out. 1997.
God.
Minus 1989. I was 8 years old. 8 years old.
I was 12, nasty,
okay,
Ninja said.
We got another one in here.
We got another one.
We got another one in here.
Josh was actually there over the bite of 87.
Okay.
That's funny.
That's 87. Okay.
Yeah.
I actually wasn't.
You're the one who bit.
Okay. Why do these always...
I wasn't even born yet in 97.
Streams ago, Josh didn't even know that fish was brain food.
Yeah, that was crazy. And you were like, no, it's not. And I was like, well, yeah, because you have never fucking ate fish in your life, bitch. And that's what I said.
You did say that. I don't know why the ends of these strings always end in some kind of fucking roast, dude.
You acted like Megan was reason because you literally gaslight me, and you say that it's just I don't know. It's just like a generation thing. I think you just that you're getting into your boomer era when you just don't know what I'm saying ever, and you don't want to accept the future, and you don't want to accept the new.
I've been playing some Fallout New Vegas, and now when you call me a boomer, I don't take it as you calling me old anymore. I take it as being a part of the boomer faction from Fallout New Vegas. So thank you, because I actually did make friends with them in the game, and that's how you turn a diss into a compliment in your own mind. Well,
now when you call me Mr. House, it's very disrespectful.
No, you call me Mr. House. You call. I stood up for a recording the other day. You said, "Damn, Mr. House is here." I said, "What?" Yeah,
Aaron Ross said, "Maybe you should have been born." Because I wasn't born yet. Maybe you should have been. Honestly, yeah.
Maybe you should have been.
I fucking wish.
Anyway.
I fucking wish. Or maybe I shouldn't have been born at all.
Beautiful. I said, the boomers.
Is more like it.
No.
Let me just reverse time.
No. You should have been born. You should have just been born earlier.
I was born earlier.
No, I know. You were a preemie baby. So you were trying.
Years earlier.
Yeah. You were doing what you could.
Jesus.
Anyway. This is from Kev. I had this long convo with a friend talking about, gotta make this bigger. Talking about how Mr. House is actually a monster and he just didn't see the vision. That's crazy, bro. I don't. So I know there's like one Mr. House reveal. I guess it's like maybe the big reveal. Maybe I don't know.
No spoilers.
No spoilers. I'm not all the way through, but I think what Kev is saying, because like my path that I took on New Vegas, it went a little awry, and I had to take him out, dude. I had to take him out, and I did learn something about him and his true nature.
Oh,
that was pretty interesting and pretty crazy.
Shit.
And he reminded me of like a Doctor Who villain a little bit. A specific one. If I tell you which one, then it'll give that away. But the NCR all day said a beautiful lie. The NCR, they fucking betrayed me. I don't know what I did. I don't know what the fuck I did. I was in there. I was talking to the fucking ambassador. We were having a good old time, fun old conversation. I turned my back.
It's because you spent too much time in the fucking...
with the Legion.
No.
What?
I fucking forgot what it was called already.
What?
Gamora? What is it?
Oh, yeah, Gamora.
You spent too much time in there, and they were like, yeah, this guy's a fucking wild.
I mean, you get caps in the game to spend.
And what the fuck am I supposed to spend it on?
Yeah, I was spending them at the...
Ammo, stim packs.
Chicks, chips, and...
Chicks, chips, and fucking dips.
Dips.
Sour cream. Nacho cheese.
Yeah, dude, I'm having fun, dude. I'm having fun.
Josh looks like Caesar's Legion.
Josh looks like a Caesar's Legion. Bro, that's so disrespectful. There's one faction I don't want anything to do with, and it's Caesar and his Legion. Okay, because from what I gather so far, they're not nice. I was trying to get on the fucking side of the boomers and NCR, but they turned their fucking back. The NCR turned their fucking back on me. The boomers and me are cool right now. And I don't trust the white glove fucking bitches either. Fucking freaks. But you know, I'm trying to think of another faction that I could try to get on the good side of. But what? Josh gives me headaches like Little Caesar.
No. I wasn't laughing at that. I was laughing at Monty.
I thought bro, how fat am I? I read that Little Caesar.
Big back.
Bro, Little Caesar, big back.
No, it's... Oh, God. Oh, because I'm hungry as well.
Oh.
No. What?
I thought you were saying, never mind.
What?
I thought you were saying I had a big back.
It's TikTok. You're not on TikTok now.
I'm 34 years old, okay?
I don't need no TikTok.
I'm not allowed on TikTok.
My heart goes TikTok
now.
now.
You do age. Oh, that was good.
TikTok. About to burst. Because I don't eat fish or vegetables or fruits.
But I do eat fruits. Did Losh, learn the...
I'm just kidding, love y'all.
sprint button?
No.
Or did he... only do crawling playthrough. I test the control. I've looked into it. So shift on the keyboard is sprint, but I can't sprint on the controller. There's no way to do it. And even Megan tried, and there's no way to do it. Okay, Megan taught me how to turn my flashlight on, and she taught me how to put my gun away. But she
and how to use bats and
how to use bats and how to navigate my pit
and how to not like steal things on accident or try to unpick locks
and what the weight means when I carry certain items,
damage,
what to get rid of, and what medical supplies to gather.
It's like everything.
But there's no way to sprint with the controller that we have.
I don't think I can survive without sushi. Yeah,
Japanese.
Me either, Doran. Me either. I was laughing at Monty. Speaking of Big Back, I was laughing at Monty because he is in like a bed right now that's on a chair, and he almost fucking like fell over.
Yeah, he looks like he's about to fall.
No,
he's like half on, half.
No, literally, he like moved, and I was like, oh my god, no, it's gonna happen. It might happen. Microwave burrito is not a fruit, Josh. Yeah, this man, like, I don't understand how he is physically walking and talking and functioning, because I truly believe that you have not eaten a vegetable since you've been a child, and that's absolutely insane. That's
my body has evolved. I've evolved. I've developed.
That's not good.
To harness.
We talked about this. You.
Okay, well,
it's not good. Everything else you can live without fish. I
guess fucking not. I guess I'm not allowed to.
No, you can't. The vegetable thing is absolutely bonkers to me.
I eat vegetables
because it's genuine. No, you don't. I've never seen you eat a vegetable. In the almost 4 years I've known you.
The microwave burritos that I eat, sometimes they have little peppers in them, and they're real small, but that's a vegetable. Onion rings. That's a vegetable.
No, you don't even eat onions.
There's some other tomatoes, ketchup. That's a vegetable. Salsa. Those are vegetables.
You can't ketchup.
Yeah.
Just get like the powdered grains that don't taste like anything.
I should.
You should. I mean, you genuinely. It's like me. Like everyone's like, oh, drink water, drink water. It's the same thing. Like, I know I should drink more water.
And I know I should eat more vegetables. There you go.
But that's different.
Anyway, rolling.
What do you think is worse?
With a member comment.
Probably water.
Probably water.
Maybe not.
Probably water.
I just feel like I don't drink any water, but rolling. I'm hungry now. Let's go get some crazy puffs. Ooh, crazy. What's a crazy puff?
That's what we've had them.
Ooh, crazy. What's a crazy puff?
They're the new Little Caesars thing.
Ooh, what's a crazy puff?
You've had them.
Ooh. What's a crazy puff?
Little Caesars. Oh. They just came out. And I don't know if you guys have had them, but they're pretty bomb. They do kind of taste.
Oh, these little bitches.
Yeah, they do kind of taste like
these little bitches.
Mini pizzas. They're like mini pizzas.
They're just 4 is not enough.
These little guys right here.
4 is not enough. Like you get 4. Like no, give me like 15 of those bitches. Give me 15 of them.
They're bomb.
Oh my god, I'm so hungry.
I could fuck this shit up right now.
I'm really trying to diet again, but it's just shit like this. It's a good thing I'm broke.
I know, dude.
If I wasn't broke, it would be over. It would be over
for $4. I mean, that's kind of like $1 a puff, but like I don't know.
Oh, they look so good. Okay, enough of this.
You're right.
I can't look at this anymore.
You're right.
Pizza party for 4-year anniversary. We'll do a KBBQ mukbang.
Okay, I'm down.
We'll do a KBBQ mukbang.
Thank you, Carlos. Said not drinking enough water is worse for sure. Thank you. Beautiful light bro, why are we looking at this? I know it sucks because I'm hungry too. I'm hungry.
I'm so hungry.
Elizabeth saying "Losh for real." Oh, let me hit the sound.
Bro, Losh for real.
Please start eating more greens, vegetables, fruits, and berries. I love fruits and berries. I do. I really do.
I love fruits and berries. Just vegetables, not.
Damn, Megan can't afford the $3.99.
How far? It's hard right now.
It's hard out here.
Okay.
And that was an aggressive. It's hot. It was hot fart who said that. That's how we speak. That's our language.
I want KBBQ
I know.
again.
Bean said, I know a good KBBQ place.
Don't.
Hot Fart said, I donated $5 earlier, Megan. Get yourself some food. Let's fucking go.
But I can't get the crazy puffs.
Because you're also trying to diet and you're also trying to, watch what you eat.
Yeah, I've been going ham, big back activity lately.
Well, because we did go to the Renaissance Fair, and after the Renaissance Fair, we did have Korean barbecue.
Yeah. And I ate a lot, and it's been bad, and I haven't been working out like I said I was. Yeah.
Yeah, you were really good about it.
I was really good, and I fell off so hard because I went on vacation.
Yeah, it'd be like
and
that.
I drink a lot of beer. But what's new,
Yeah, I feel that.
That's just a Megan activity.
Bro, the Ren Fair was lit too, dude.
Big back activity is wild. The Ren Fair was lit. We didn't have a community live, and I don't know if we're gonna have one next week because we have a recording set up. But
can we say with who?
Sure.
Theo Johnny's coming.
Recording another video.
We might try. We talked about maybe trying to do it because we took last week off. But we took last week off because we were recording the opening video reaction, and we were kind of like burnt out from like the Ren Fair. But we don't want to miss another one. But that was the day that he said he could do it. So
yeah,
was on Wednesday. So that's coming soon too. I mean, we're cooking. Oh, I gotta stop saying cooking. I gotta stop saying food. I gotta stop saying. I was gonna say cream puffs, but it's crazy puffs.
Those sound good too, though.
Yeah. All right.
Bye, guys. Have a good Friday.
Oh.
Flex Friday. Flex Friday. Flex Friday.
Yeah, Megan.
Yeah, boy.
Are you hitting the gym today?
Oh.
I guess not. I guess not. Kev said, fuck cooking. We starving. Okay, Megan, you can answer one more question. What's your favorite beer?
Ooh.
You were throwing back those mango meads at the Ren Fair. Is that up there for you? Okay.
I like 805s.
It's a classic.
I was really into Pabst Blue Ribbon.
You got that. College trash taste.
I was drinking those in high school.
Oh, fuck. Okay. Okay.
I mean, college.
No, you were
community college. Yeah, 805s are good. I like Michis. I like IPAs. Yeah.
How do you feel about a sour?
I like a sour from time to time. I like Dos Equis, Michelob Ultra.
Damn.
I mean, the list goes on and on.
You just like beer.
I love beer. I do. It's one of my weaknesses. Anyway, I was so into Four Locos. I've evolved, but that was like my shit.
Before I was sober, and because
I used to like fuck like heavy.
and because I'm old, I got to have the Four Locos when they were real.
And I'm so jealous. I yearned for that shit because I would drink the Four Loko and I would also be drinking a Red Bull too.
Yeah, you're wild. You couldn't have done that.
And every Loca needs her Four Loko.
I mean,
every Loca needs her Four Loko. And that's all I'll say.
I mean, that's just a fact. That's just a fact.
Yeah. Have you been to Brewery X? I have been to Brewery X. Bomb. I've been to Ballast Point. I've been
Have you been
to
to Stone?
I've been to Stone. I have in San Diego. Where else? I mean, there's more. There's more. Kev said I was a demon, 2 4 locos in one night. Kev, I don't understand how you're still alive.
4?
2.
Oh, I think you said 4. Oh my God, 2 is 2. I've done 2 before.
Yeah.
Well, I thought you said 4. I was like, bro, I'm surprised you're alive.
No, it was, yeah, I know, for real. It is really poisonous, actually. Anyways, guys.
Oh, we who dat life for Chris with a super chat at the very end. What's the story of Megan Yamato cosplay? On the subject of drinking. Let's just say that she can't wear that cosplay anymore. And that's all we'll say. Let's just say that cosplay is out of commish. For a reason not too far away from the things we're currently talking about. Anyway.
Oh, fuck. I mean, there's nothing to say.
Who that for life, Chris said? We want to know. We want to know.
Really?
Look, it was a Halloween costume party at a barcade.
It wasn't my finest moment.
And me, Megan, and Nolan, we won the costume contest.
We did.
Because I went as Wano, Zoro, green hair, everything. Megan went as Yamato.
Yeah.
And Nolan was Luffy, basically.
Yeah, he was Luffy. He was Luffy.
But I mean, like, out of all 3 of us, he was the least in costume, I would say. But still pulled it off. Still killed it. And we won the costume competition.
We won.
And the winner of the competition got a gift card to the barcade for wasn't it like?
It was $100.
It was $100.
It was $100.
For $100.
And it wasn't just the 3 of us. It was like more of my friends ended up coming. So I was just like, let's get whatever we want. Like, whoa, I just fucking won. And these very lovely ladies, wanted to buy me a shot. And I was like, fuck yeah, like, let's go. Like, I'll do a shot. And I don't usually do shots like that. Oh, Tony's over there. And I took 2 shots with them. And let's just say it was a very... I'm trying my hardest to pick my words carefully. It was a very I don't want to, not fun necessarily. It was fun though. It was fun.
Well, there was
just a lot happening
because there was a creep there. There was a weirdo there.
I told him off though.
You told him off in the coolest way ever, and I was a witness to it. So
I couldn't believe I did something that cool.
There was a guy who was pretty drunk and hitting on all of them, and one of the girls. It's like too perfect. Like, one of the girls was dressed as a nun. And this guy is like trying to, shoot his shot, and he's spitting some game. It's all bad.
It was not
bad. It's not even game.
It wasn't even game. It was just, let's stand as close to this group of
he was a weirdo.
Women and not talk to them, like kind of make comments, but almost like negging, and he was alone.
Yeah, it was super weird vibes. But Megan, he was trying to talk to them, and Megan said, can you tell me what
oh yeah, because it was like a progression. Because I just met these girls and they're so nice, and we're just talking and like talking about like whatever. And then he's like coming over, and he keeps like leaving, and then coming over, and then keeps leaving, and then coming over, and then keeps leaving. And I was just like, bro, like, just get the message. Like, we're having a conversation. Like, I wasn't being rude. We were like, because they were being nice about it, like, oh no, thank you. Like, oh, can I buy you something? No, it's okay. Like, very nice. Everyone was being very nice until I got to the point where I knew I couldn't be nice anymore, because that's how it is. You have to like, no, bro, like, really no, we do not want you to buy us anything. We are good. We are chill. Please leave us alone. I don't understand how many times we have to fucking tell you.
And I think he was like, are you with anybody? Or are you guys with anybody?
You just like wouldn't leave us alone. And I was like, oh yeah, like, do you see your costume?
Can you tell me
What her costume
what she's
is?
dressed as? What her costume is?
Yeah, because he was asking for her number. He was like, "Oh, can I have your number?" And she's like, "No." And I'm like, "You know her costume, like what she's dressed as?" And he was like, "What?" And I was like, "Yeah, her number is none of your business." And they were like, "Oh fuck!" And sorry, I'm yelling. And I was just like, I couldn't tell you. That shit came out of nowhere.
It was the most gangster shit I've ever
I wish I had a ball in my hand, like fucking.
Yeah, it was gangster. Because he was like, a nun? And you were like, yeah, none your business. And I was like, whoa, that was crazy. That was the coolest thing I've ever seen in my life. It was gangster.
And then I fell on the dance floor. And my horns kept being lopsided.
Yeah.
But again, it was a fun night. It was a fun night. It was a fun night, okay? And that falling just had to do with my costume. There was a couple malfunctions, but...
And Megan got a little sick. Let's just say
okay.
that. Megan got a little sick. But it was a fun night. I mean, we won the costume contest and got a $100 gift card.
It was just too
to spend at this barcade. So of course she's gonna go crazy, and of course she's gonna get drinks for herself and everybody.
I got a little too carried away in the moment. I was pretending to be someone I wasn't, and I thought I could drink. I thought I could drink more than I could handle, and it just. And so is the tale. So is the tale of Yamato cosplay.
Yes,
Megan. But it was a fun night. But it was. I would have paid money to see
what I saw.
What Josh saw. It was just this Yamato cosplayer like bouncing around the barcade.
Horns,
like a fucking
stumbling around
like a fucking Tasmanian devil.
Yeah, and then getting a little sick on the way back.
But it's okay.
And that's what happened to the costume.
We all have those moments. How many years ago was that now?
Japanese kid said vomito. That is really good. That is really good. I don't know, like 2 years. No, maybe 2 years ago. I don't know. Maybe like a year and a half ago. I don't know.
I think it was closer to 2 years ago, actually.
Because it wasn't last Halloween. It was the Halloween before that. Yeah.
Wow. So yeah, 2 years ago. So I've learned my lessons. I've learned my lesson.
You have.
But it was a fun night.
Yeah.
I may or may not have called my dad claiming that I was in Mexico.
Yeah.
At 2 a.m. I may or may not have done that. And it was fine. It was a fun night.
You keep saying that.
It was a very fun night because I just remember being so like high off of life. Yeah. Like I did not expect to win. There was some really good costumes there. And I was just so like shocked. And it was just so fun. I winning something like that, it was just so cool. I don't remember the last time I won something like that. Like a contest of any sort. So it was really fun. And it was like One Piece. Like it was just cool, you know? And it was like I dyed that wig myself. And we made the horns and we did the whole thing, and it was just a fun night. It was just a fun night.
Okay, you're not allowed to say it was a fun night anymore. It was a fun night.
It was. But yeah, guys, thank you guys so much. Got a little sidetracked there. You guys wanted to know.
That's the beauty of the live.
You guys wanted to know.
At the end, we go wherever we want to go. Look, we try to keep it structured in the beginning because for people coming in, if they just want to hear about the chapter and our thoughts on the chapter, boom, it's right there in the front and center. But if they stay to the end, we get a little wacky. We get a little all over the place, and that's the beauty of it. That's what makes them so fun. So that's gonna do it for our reaction, discussion, and more. For One Piece chapter 1114. Thank you guys for being here. Thank you for real for being a member or members of this community. You guys are the fucking best. For real. You give us, the space to be goofy and to go all over the place and to just have fun talking about this story that we all love. And we just appreciate that so much. Stay tuned for all those things we mentioned earlier coming out soon. The only thing left to do now is to get out of here on our outro. That is always the same and never changes. Which could be It could be vomito.
I love Latinas.
I mean, yeah, I mean that works.
How would you say that in Spanish?
I mean, you could just say it, you know. You could just say it.
I am gonna say it in a different language. How would you say it?
You know how to say it. Me llamo Latinas.
Me llamo. Say, I didn't know me llamo mean I love.
You could just say it.
Me llamo Latinas. Mucho.
It's like
Mucho amo. What? Mucha.
it could be like it's amo, like te amo.
Te amo mucho, Latinas.
I love Latinas, Luffy. I think vomito is good.
Te quiero, Latinas.
Me gusta. I like Latinas. That's good.
Amo Latinas.
Let's see. Te quiero Latinas is so funny.
Te quiero?
That's so funny. Saturn is a fraud, Gabe. That man is not a fucking scientist.
Ooh,
He's not. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of it.
It's just my opinion.
Okay. Te amo Latinas.
Nothing has been true said. True enough.
More drunk Megan.
Show enough.
Show enough.
Show enough.
All right. Let me get everything queued up. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for hanging out. And until next time,
Te amo Latinas. Yeah. Each live Latinas. I think that means I love Latinas in German.
Really?
I could be wrong.
You're speaking multiple languages? Oh my
I could be wrong. I could be wrong. I'm loca for locos.